Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday, I want to say. Hey, I got it right. Yeah, I hope you're having a good Wednesday. I'm having an okay one. Sleep pattern's still all fucked up, so But other than that, yeah, not too bad of a day at all. Not too bad of a day. The weather's still changing here in Michigan because, well, that's what happens. So, Jesus, man. I just want some snow. Just give me some fucking snow and leave it there for a while. Let it be cold enough for snow to be on the ground. And my sinuses to go, all right, this is what we're doing for a while. Oh, man. But I'm a little sad, you guys. I'm a little sad. Not for anything important. Just, I was playing Red Dead and I finished the main story, and that story. There was a comment in chat. It was from Stargazer Nuts, our sweetheart, who comes around here. She said she couldn't make it tonight because she's probably got to go to bed. But she said she was getting emotional over the game. She's getting emotional over a game. And you know what? In a story-driven game like that, that's a great thing. That's how you know you've found a good game, is when you find one that you are attached to, that they're stories. They're no different than a book or a movie or anything else that you would watch and experience the lives of someone else. You're not actually that person, but you're playing them. You're in this case watching, and that one, oh man, whoever wrote that, kudos to you, sir, and to the voice actors who did such a good job bringing it to life. There's very little complaints I have about that game. You know, guys, I was actually thinking about making a stream just to talk about the Red Dead series. Now, anybody who played Red Dead 1 or knows anything about Red Dead 1, you knew certain things were going to happen in this game. You knew certain things had to happen in this game because Red Dead 1 is a sequel to Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 is actually a prequel game, which, by the way, they did a fucking amazing job with. They did an amazing job with it. I don't know about how many inconsistencies there are. There's probably a video out there about that. I'll have to look up. But they, even with knowing who lives and dies in certain situations, they did a very, very good job of setting up a game that's already happened. Now, Rockstar seems intent on making Red Dead 2 online their big thing instead of remastering Red Dead 1. Remaster Red Dead 1 and let us play that, because that story is equally fucked up. It is equally fucked up. But so I'm a little bit down from that, because that game at the end, man, it hits you right in the nuts. Just stone cold uppercut in the nuts, man, and you just feel it, which is a great game, and how games should leave you feeling if it's that kind of game. One of Rockstar's future projects is a medieval game that sounds like it could be fun. You know, if anybody can pull that off, Rockstar can. It'd be interesting because a lot of their games deal with their fighting's not so good in their games. They're hand-to-hand combat. So we'll have to see how they deal with swords and maces and shit, I guess. But could be fun. I really just remaster the original Red Dead, please. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with it, and I hope the people watching. We still have the epilogue to go through, and that should be a lot of fun. We'll be hopefully doing that tomorrow night. In less fun news, fuck. I'm going to tell you right off, guys. I don't know any of the updates. I don't know what's been happening with Iran since basically 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Iran launched a bunch of fucking rockets at a couple of Iraqi air bases. Or I don't know if they're both air bases. I know the one is an air base, the other one's a base. As far as we know, at least last I heard, they didn't kill anybody. Chronologically, does Red Dead Revolver happen before or after Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2? I don't know. I don't know where Revolver falls in the series. Yeah, no clue on that one. Iran shot down a Ukrainian plane. I heard that there was a plane crash, but I didn't hear any of the specifics on it. So we're going to be learning together, or you guys are going to be hearing me learn, because I don't fucking know. We did Lords of the Night, and then we've been here. I know on Lords of the Night, somebody told us about some plane going down in Iran, but I'm not exactly sure what all happened there. Let's see. Ukrainian plane carrying 180 crashes in Tehran, developing. Oof. This is from CNBC. There were 167 passengers and 9 crew members on board the Ukrainian International Airlines flight 752. Ukrainian Prime Minister Oleksiy I don't know how you say that, said in a statement, the plane was a Boeing 737, not the MAX model that was grounded almost a year ago after 2 crashes. The cause of the crash was not immediately known. This was a while ago, so we'll. I don't know if there's updates on this. Hey, Jack, how you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
Not too bad, man. I've had worse days.
Good.
Right now, we're just reading about a Ukrainian plane crash.
Oh yeah, did the Russians shoot it down?
Well, it was flying over Tehran.
Oh well, there we go.
Yeah. On the same day that they happened to be sending rockets out. I wonder if a rocket accidentally hit it.
Yeah, accidentally on purpose, maybe.
It was just flying over, and it was in the wrong airspace. It just happened to be in the right. Anyway, Ukraine's president said that there were no survivors. The Boeing was bound for Kiev from Tehran's. Wait, it took off from Tehran and crashed there?
Yeah, that's convenient.
That's real convenient.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a couple groups of people in the world you really don't want to start shit with, and the Ukrainians are among them because they are incredibly dangerous people.
Well, we know Iran is linked with Russia, and Russia hates Ukraine, and
yeah, exactly.
Whew, man.
That's a little too convenient for my taste. My conspiracy senses are tingling.
Yeah, mine too. That's I love it. I mean, it's a crash. Really? Let's see. On the day you guys fire a dozen or more rockets into U.S. air bases, or well, they're Iraqi bases, but U.S. housed. We're housing troops there. A Ukrainian-bound plane just happens to explode.
In the words of the church lady, well, isn't that convenient?
Yeah, exactly. Wow. That's kind of a side story to the main story. The main story being, of course, Iran. Not just look, we expected Iran to. Should we lay out the timeline, Jack? I suppose we should.
Yeah, whatever.
Back in the 1970s. No, we'll keep it a little more recent. We've had problems with Iran since the 70s, mid 70s. Kind of boiled over in late 70s when they took over our embassy. And there was back and forth during the Reagan years, and Iran is kind of saber rattled every now and then to get some money, which Obama just gave them a shit ton of.
Yeah.
And they agreed at that time, when we gave them a couple of pallets full of cash, that they wouldn't work on nuclear weapons for 15 years. That was the concession they made. That was the concession.
And if you believe that, I got a Brooklyn Bridge stocks I'll sell you.
Yeah. Which leads up to Donald Trump saying, no, we're not going to deal with this. You guys are they've been breaking the deal all along. So Donald Trump's like, fuck you guys. No, we're not. One, it's a bad deal to begin with. And 2, you're not even following the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ex Bubba Hotep, who says, seems like a lot of lines are being tested before it turns to glass. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is I'm wondering if this rocket attack on the base was a saving face measure, and they actually did warn, because there's reports out that they warned the White House that they were going to do this to save face.
Yeah. So what happens? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, how much of it is that versus them not understanding boundaries anymore? Because it's been a generation since somebody like Reagan was in office.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else has been paying them off.
Yeah, they just give them money. Like, hey, all right, calm down, guys. Here's some money. Go over there and build your nukes without. We'll pretend we don't know. Here's some more money. Shh.
So is it because they expect that and they don't understand somebody that will actually blow the shit out of them?
Oh, yes.
Or is it just face saving? Or is it a combination?
Well, let's finish the timeline here. On last Friday, not this one that just happened, but the one before that, the previous Friday, there was a rocket attack at the Kirkuk. I have trouble saying that. Kirkuk base where we house more of our soldiers. It killed an American contractor and it wounded both Iraqi and U.S. soldiers. In response to that, we blew up the people, the site where it happened from. It was an Iraqi militia that is sponsored by Iran. We blow up that. The Iranians get really mad and storm our embassy again. In Iraq this time. I'm sorry. They're Iraqis. They're not Iranians. My bad, Jack. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Without a distinction.
Yeah. And it just so happens that Colonel Shithead from Iraq or Iran is in Baghdad at the time. Huh. That's convenient. Happens to be riding around in a car with some, what's the word I'm looking for? Terrorists. Huh. And we sent a rocket up his ass and blew him to pieces to the point where they had to identify him by a fucking ring he wore.
Because he only had one hand left.
The Iranians. Go ahead.
You could fit him all in a freezer bag.
You could. It might have to be one of the bigger ones because apparently his hand is still in pretty good shape. But they vowed revenge, and then they pulled this rocket attack yesterday where they hit 2 bases. As far as we know, nobody was killed, at least last I heard. There might have been a couple of Iraqis who got hurt, but that was it. But to your point there, Jack, about whether or not they knew, there were news reports before the rocket attack of these bases being on alert and alarms going off.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a face-saving thing. Maybe they're like, move your people. We're going to bomb this base. And you told us if we kill anybody, you're going to kick the shit out of us. And we really don't want that.
Yeah, because that's what we did in Syria with that base that had all the Russian guys on it.
Yeah.
We were like, yeah, move your dudes. We're going to attack this as a demonstration.
We're going to show you what we can do if you keep fucking up.
Yeah, but I think that's what's going on right here because no Americans were killed. And I find it suspect that probably only 1 or 2 people were killed in this. And the Iranians get to go on TV, say they killed some Americans, even though they didn't, and they can avoid a war. But if they did it with the actual intention of hurting people, that's fucking stupid. And that would go to the other theory that they just don't understand that appeasement doesn't always happen.
I was sent a tweet from Nico. It's from some Iranian dude or Iraqi dude. I don't know. We are currently following the information on the countries of origin for those killed in the crash. Iran, there was 82. Canada, 63. Wow. Ukraine, 2, plus 9 crew. Wait, there were only 2 Ukrainians on that flight? That's kind of interesting. Sweden, 10. Afghanistan, 4. Germany, 3. And the United Kingdom, 3. We express our condolences. The Ukrainian authorities continue to investigate. Whoops. Yeah,
don't piss off the Germans. They got a track record of coming after people.
Yeah, no shit. The bombing of these bases, man, I can't believe there's a closer U.S. base that's actually a U.S. base filled with U.S. servicemen and women that they had to shoot over to hit the base in oh shit, I forget where they were. What were the 2 fucking bases that got hit?
Shitholistan, who knows?
Yeah.
But see, that just lends credibility to the fact that they tipped us off, and we had time to evacuate all our people.
Yeah, the two that they hit, Irbil and the Al Assad base. Those are the two they hit. And yeah, they actually had to fire over the base that's actually ours. They were like, yeah, you know what? We're gonna not kill Americans because Trump said if we do, he's gonna fuck us up, and we kind of believe him. Which you haven't had in a while. We haven't had that in a president for a while. Even Bush wasn't really like that.
Yeah.
Bush was really going after other proxy wars that weren't like the Iraq thing. That there was no reason for us really to go in there. Afghanistan, I mean, yeah, Al Qaeda was there, made sense, but they used that like, hey, we're going to go in Iraq too.
Real quick, I want to address something in chat. It's because I mentioned the Germans. They said, "What are the Germans going to do? Siphon off all their all Iran's rapists and welfare kings?" Which, probably not wrong. But most likely, what they would do is bombard them with Merkel's face, which is horrifying. On every news station, every internet site, just constant pictures of her as you hear that like 60s noise, that wee. That would be more terrifying than an invasion.
Yeah, sending pictures of Merkel naked.
Yeah, just carpet bomb them with images. They don't even need to use bombs, just leaflets of naked Merkel shots. All sexy like she's posing with her finger up by her lips going, ooh,
Right. Prospero says there may have been a reason, but by the time we did, they knew we were coming. Maybe, but it's still 9/11 wasn't a good excuse for that, which is what was what gave him the credibility to do it. It had nothing to do with 9/11. We all know that it was the weapons of mass destruction that was the lie that was told there. Anyway, I just don't believe Iran was actually trying to kill anybody.
I don't think so either. I think this was a face-saving measure. And of course, they have some rhetoric out there. But if they were actually dumb enough to try and attack the Americans, especially if they keep the bluster is that they're going to try it on American soil. If they actually did that, that would end their regime very quickly and they'd all be dead and they know it.
I saw somebody, I actually turned on the news for the first time in probably a decade, Jack. Most of the news I see is somewhere online, but I was actually upstairs waiting for Lady Monkey to get off work and cooking dinner. And like, fuck it. She has the live TV thing. So I went in and I watched both CNN and Fox. And I saw this one analyst talking about how America doesn't want to go to war with Iran because it would be a horrible war and it'd be. He was basically saying Iran was going to kick our ass because of the terrain. I was like, we don't have to go to war with Iran. We could bomb them from the sea.
Yeah. I honestly don't think a ground invasion would be necessary.
No.
It would be airstrikes until they either capitulated or enough of it was destroyed that we were like, all right, that should do it.
Yeah, we don't have to. The whole thing about regime change, we don't need regime change. Well, we need regime compliance. Like, look here, you little fuckers. We warned you. And if there's another attack, Jack, because this is another example of that. You get your one. Like when they took down our drone, you get your one, motherfucker. Don't do it again. And this time, I mean, there's a reason for them to retaliate. We did kill their general. Oopsie.
Well, they started it. To be fair.
They did. You won't hear that on the news, though. Not one goddamn news source actually talked about that.
No. And you know who really should be pissed off is that contractor's family.
Oh, shit.
That guy got killed, and they are downplaying the shit out of that.
Sad Boy, thank you so much. Who says heating ramen doesn't count as cooking? Yes, it does.
Not really.
Is cooking spaghetti cooking?
Not really, no.
Yes, it is.
No. The sauce, maybe, but not the spaghetti.
Just because
itself.
it's simple cooking doesn't mean it's not cooking.
Heating water, I don't know if we count that anymore.
heating water, putting something in it to boil, and then pulling it out when it's done. That's cooking.
Yeah, in
It's
caveman days, maybe.
it's not like making a sandwich. Making a sandwich isn't cooking. That's just preparing something.
That's an art.
That's an art, yeah. But yes, it's absolutely cooking. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah, I think this is just their one. It's like, okay, you get this one, and if an American dies, if you do something else, we're gonna make you pay. We don't have to go into their country. All we have to do is take out their military bases. That shit's expensive, and it's what they're spending all their money on right now. And to have it all blown up in front of their faces, we could do that. I saw several people. I think the Iranians probably had their missiles already pointed at these bases. Of course they did. There's Americans there and they're shitheads.
Yeah, and they're dumb and they kind of buy into their own propaganda a lot.
Oh, sure they do. But they're gonna piss us off, man. You're gonna get to the point. You got your one. There you go, dude. Nobody got hurt. You can beat your chest and say, ha ha, look what we did to the Americans. And we can look back at them and go, yeah, what'd you do? What you did? And just leave it at that. Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, they're smart. They'll walk away now. But if they continue to do shit like this,
yeah,
they're going to escalate it. And I really don't know if they're smart enough to recognize that they're poking a bear, because Trump is not Obama. He's not George Bush. No. We don't know what he's going to do. He's a loose cannon.
Yeah, Trump be like, fuck it, bomb them all.
Yeah, it's an election year. He might just be like, hey, you know what? Round up the B-52s. Let's see some shenanigans blow up.
Yeah.
We don't know. I don't think he knows what he would do. But they start killing Americans, that's really going to be a bad move on their part.
Yeah, and that was the question when this all went off, is what happened? How many people? What are the casualties? And so far, nothing, which is that had to be, that's not coincidence. It's not coincidence that they didn't hit anybody. Their little shitty militia was able to kill one and hurt several. And they can't, with their sophisticated Russian systems, actually kill anybody? Come on.
Yeah. And the defense budget just got renewed, a couple weeks ago. So those contractors need those jobs. So they got a good reason for the military to be like, hey, you know what? We got some cool bombs laying around, sir.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know. This isn't going to be a world war or anything, but it would be a very annoying event for a week.
Yeah.
Just one more thing Don Lemon's going to whine about for the next 4 years.
Sure.
So, I don't know. I don't like any of this.
Me neither, and there's not really much else to say about it. I mean, I don't think Trump is going to attack. I mean, he's supposed to give an address tomorrow morning. Well, this morning. I'm curious what he's going to say. Trump is not the kind of person that you poke.
No, he's really not. But I have a feeling it's going to be something kind of tame. And he's going to be like, yeah, they did that. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. They're not going to do it again. And there'll be a little bit of bluster. Mm-hmm. And it should all just go away. Unless Iran is really stupid.
And they might be. And hopefully Trump comes out and it says, nobody was killed. You try it again, we will fuck you up kind of thing, instead of we're going to be retaliating kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't want him to come out and say 5 minutes ago I ordered the U.S. Navy to fire every cruise missile we have at the fucking Iranians. But it's Trump, man. Like you said, loose cannon. There's no fucking telling what he's going to do. I still don't think it leads to world war. I don't think anybody's going to be sticking up for the Iranians here.
If Russia's smart, they'll sit back and sit this one out.
Bubba Hotep, thank you so much. Remember, this stream is sponsored by you. Merchandise, donations, share, donations, donations. Also, there are other people on the stream to give donations. Thank you so much. Yes, guys, this is brought to you by you. If you enjoy it, please hit the like button and share. And yes, please support both me and Jack, if you can. The Streamlabs links were just put into chat by Prospero. Thank you so much, sweetheart.
Yeah, thank you, Prospero.
I don't think anything else is going to happen. I hope nothing else happens.
I hope not too. I don't want to see us wandering into fucking Iranian problems, because those people are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
And they seem kind of low IQ over there. No offense, but
again, we can rain hell on them from the sky and never have to put a boot on the ground in there.
Oh yeah, the bunch of guys with joysticks sitting on a destroyer or a base in the States can take these idiots out.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think the media wants a war more than anybody involved.
Oh yeah, I agree with you there. They've been pushing it since. It is funny, they didn't have a fucking word to say with the bombing in Kirkuk. Which kind of irritated me today, Jack, because of course the Iranian bombing, that was the Iranian rockets yesterday, was the top story everywhere. You know how many places the top story was the rockets in Kirkuk? None. It was below the fold if you could even find the fucking thing.
Jeez.
But when they stormed the Baghdad embassy, then it became news. They didn't care about the rockets in Kirkuk. They didn't care about our response. But oh man, it's like, it's gonna bring war, and then we kill that little shithead, and that's all it was. Is World War III coming? Is World War III coming? Calm down, you little bitches. What's up?
I was reading chat, and Adam Green said, now they're trying to blame 9/11 on Iran, and you idiot Americans will fall for it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anyone say that. And he said, no mention of Soviet Israel ever, though. Clueless. I don't know what that means.
He's was talking earlier about, he asked like how many more Americans have to die for something Israeli. He's one of those people that blames the Israelis for all of this. You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that, Jack? I was thinking about this today. Everybody with the conflict and stuff over there puts it on Israel. We're only doing it for those damn Jews. You know what country sits right underneath Iraq? Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
Who do you think, when it comes to oil and such, who do you think has a bigger interest in us helping control the market?
Oh, that'd be Saudi Arabia.
The Jews or the Saudis? It's an easy question. It's a very easy question. And you got it before I even asked.
Yeah, and they also control Mecca.
Sure.
So they have a vested interest in keeping the tourism dollars coming in.
Yeah, they don't want this shit going on over there, and they definitely don't want oil prices getting out of hand. Oops, Iraqi oil.
Tom brings up a good point. The Saudis actually pay for our protection.
Yeah, well, kind of. But yeah, it's just funny to me the Jews always get the blame, and the fact that Saudi Arabia is sitting right there, that never mentioned. The fact that we're like helping Saudi with the Yemen thing.
Now, I'm with Colonel Fire here. Somalia are the true wizards behind the curtain.
Probably.
With their pirate boats and anarchy.
That's how we ended up getting Ilhan Omar.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's horrifying, isn't it?
It's one of their secret... she's one of their secret cells.
Yeah. Not so secret.
Yeah. Anyhow, again, there's not much else to say on this. We don't have any more news, and until Trump tells us what's going on, we won't. There is supposed to be the briefing today, where the Defense Department's going to go tell select Congress people what's going on and let them in on the big secret of why we killed Soleimani when we did. But otherwise, yeah, we don't. There's nothing else really to report. It just kind of blew up for a few minutes, and everybody's
literally,
and everybody on Twitter had an opinion. Hi, Polly.
Hello.
Hey,
how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing all right. I was just watching a little I Led 3 Lives. I love that show.
You know what? I'm a little annoyed at you.
Is it because I made fun of Beyonce on Twitter?
No, I didn't know you did that. I could hug you for that.
I've annoyed a lot of people on Twitter with that one.
Beautiful.
Well, it's a scary bear to poke, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I was drunk at the time. And yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry. What are you actually annoyed at me for?
I look over into my chat when I'm playing Red Dead tonight.
Yeah.
And who do I see?
Stargazer Nights?
No, wasn't Stargazer.
Ex Bubba Hotep?
No. I mean, I saw people, but that's not.
It was me. You saw. I typed one chat.
Now,
What's the problem?
Well, here's the problem. Okay. You told me you were going to try not to watch this because you're interested in eventually getting the game.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and you tune in for the fucking end of the story.
You know what? All I saw was some guy walking up and walking up on the porch, and then some really uncanny valley lady talking to him. So I got none of the story. If that's what you're concerned about.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, because you were literally there at the end, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
Oh, I see. No, I didn't catch like any of the story. You're much louder than the volume of the game, which I'm not. I think that's good. I think sometimes people get their mic volume and game volume out of whack, and so I can hear you without even being able to understand what they're saying in the game because I didn't have headphones on. So you got to be a little bit more. So yeah, I didn't catch any of the story.
Okay,
real quick over on the Streamlabs. Thank you, Edabisi. He says, "Hi, Prospero."
No, I saw you in the chat. I'm like, is he for fucking real right now? Because when I saw your name, I mean, it's literally the end of the story. And there's an.
I just heard. Actually, I heard you say. I didn't even know that it was the end of the story because you said, "Oh, I think we're going to wrap it up here." So I thought there was a hell of a lot more story after that. And
no, what you saw is the beginning of the epilogue, which actually runs a little while.
Okay.
So maybe you missed just the end of the story because it ends and then it switches over to to the epilogue. So okay, I'm not as annoyed with you now, but I was like, this motherfucker.
Of all the times,
to tune in, he does it at this one. Not only this one, but at this time, I was like, God damn it.
Well, I came in just to bitch about fucking the Nick Sandmann and CNN thing.
I'm glad that you did because that's actually what we're going to bring up next because we're just wrapping up the Iranian thing. Like I said, guys, there's nothing really more to say until we hear from Trump tomorrow. Well, today. I keep saying tomorrow. It's today. And then after that, I mean, maybe there'll be more to talk about, but nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. So,
Well, so real quick, here's the Beyonce story that happened. All right.
Sure. Before we do that, Sad Boy, thank you. Sorry, babe, but the house building song stays on. Fair enough. I don't know what the house building song is. Go ahead, Polly. I'm sorry.
Well, actually, somebody said something that hold on in chat here. I was trying to scroll up. My potatoes fighting me. Give me a quick second. Come on, you. There we go.
I just pictured you punching a potato.
Well, I would never punch a ball of potatoes. Good guy.
No. I mean, literally a stack of potatoes. You're all drunk and like, you're fighting me, you son of a bitch.
Hey, not all of us have your big money. Some of us have a punching bag as a sack of potatoes hanging from the ceiling, and we toughen our knuckles with the burlap. All right. Anyway, Mr. Dag said, so strong black women and effeminate gays are angry at you. I would have thought that would have been the majority of Beyonce fans too, but a whole bunch of people yelling at me in Espanol. There are so many Spanish-speaking Beyonce fans, at least on Twitter, that got angry at what I said. And most of them were like, man, I probably should have closed my open DMs before I sent that tweet. Because I've got more DMs than I have responses, like in actual, subtweets. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, people go, you're racist. I got called every name in the book, and it's like, yeah, I made you mad. That worked. Yeah, I was mad. So anyway, here's people were talking about the Golden Globes and Beyonce and the really scraggly, homeless-looking Jay-Z showed up. For real, Jay-Z these days looks like they grabbed a homeless man off the street and put him in a clean tuxedo.
Well, if you were married to that dude and she wasn't aging well,
Exactly.
So yeah, he's got his own problems, no question. But somebody sent out a tweet that said, I was just scrolling through Golden Globes. I just wanted to see what some of the responses and statements were in and around the Ricky Gervais thing. That's why I was looking, and just under hashtag Golden Globes. And a whole bunch of it was about Beyonce being robbed again. And somebody before the Golden Globes started sent out this tweet that had pictures of Beyonce at 3 different award shows from previous years. And they tweeted, what will she need to do this time to stop history from repeating itself?
Maybe be a better singer.
Well, somebody responded, be white.
What?
Okay. So I hadn't tied one on, but I was certainly not capable of driving at this point. I was that level of drunk. Okay. And I thought, be white. You're talking about Beyonce, right? The same woman that I'm thinking of. I'm like, all right. So I typed in, what were the words I used? I said straight blonde weave and skin lightener. Ease up. She's trying. Get it?
Gotcha. Trying to be white. Get you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that wasn't met very well by the fans of Beyonce. Every single response I got was about her skin lightener. Are you kidding me? She's never lightening her skin. That's bullshit, et cetera, et cetera. Nothing about her blonde straight weave. And I was just poking fun. I mean,
you should have mentioned that she's a white man. That's where she gets her privilege from.
Well,
because that's a dude, y'all. I don't care what anybody says. She got a penis.
Yeah, she's got a good tuck game, but that's about it.
Yeah.
What I thought about is, should I go into that Microsoft Word page that I got set up with a number of sock accounts that I made a while back and pick one of them and turn that into my Beyonce troll page, Twitter account? That all I do is go. I mean, it's not a large amount of effort you need to put in to piss and Black Twitter off. Black Twitter, I picture it being a lot like a very, very, very dry grass field. You don't need to go in there with a blowtorch to set it ablaze. A tiny little spark will do.
So it's like Australia.
Ow.
What?
Wow.
Too soon?
A little more in the ghetto.
I think what's important to remember when people say Black Twitter is that you need to take both those words and remember that they're both emphasized. That's not Black people represented on Twitter. That's Black Twitter. So like the angry 4% of white people that you see up on Twitter do not represent white people. Do you understand what I mean? Because if they did, that would mean all white people are angry SJWs who present their pronouns constantly. Now, and that's not really what white folks are like, generally speaking. You know what I mean? You can't go on Black Twitter and expect that this is what Black people you run into on a regular basis act like and think like. You can't. It's a strange representation of a very small segment of people. I am Potato.
Spoken like a marginalizing Caucasoid hellhound.
Cave beast, sir.
No, Cave Beast is too nice. It doesn't cover the true depth of your evil.
I was thinking about going back and remember that weave collection or bad weave collection, photo collection I had?
Oh yeah, that was great.
Right. And several of them are of Beyonce. I was thinking of like posting back, some shit. And I'm like, no, this is from my poly_dub handle. No, that's where I do Noir Bar and comic book curation stuff. I need to have a separate handle if I'm going to start fucking around like a crazy person mad lad on Twitter. No, I can't. It's just gonna be flagged for hate speech immediately, right? When you start dogging people that aren't white on Twitter, you're not long for this world. Yeah,
you get some shit for that.
Polly's Potato donated $5. Thank you very much. Saying support your hosts here. Please help.
Sorry, I'm reading some shit about the fires in Australia. That's probably where that joke came from a moment ago, because I'm annoyed at the arson stuff down there and the claims of global warming causing all the problems in Australia.
Opinion.
Like
Thank you very much, my Polly's Potato, for the donation. My computer is so generous, although it's constantly telling me how it's on its last leg, so that's sad. Opinionated Scotsman said Black Twitter is one of the most racist things on the internet. You know what? You're generally speaking, you're not wrong. I agree with you. I think that if they removed all hate speech algorithms and abilities to flag and so on and so forth, Twitter would very quickly dissolve into what it actually is, which is people fucking around in a big way. Imagine if they didn't censor anything on Twitter. So it was just full-blown retardation in terms of people with their racist garbage. You know what it would very quickly sound like? Any of the clips you hear from online gaming content when people are playing PUBG and they're like trying to fuck with each other and wrangle each other so they're not paying attention to the game. What does it immediately turn to? Sexist stuff, racist stuff, retarded stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're saying the harshest things that they could think of. That's what Twitter would very quickly dissolve into. And it should. I think that would be a good thing because people would know what to expect. You know what to expect going in playing any kind of first-person heavily competitive shooter game, right? You know what to expect going on to any kind of public speak, any kind of team speak, any kind of Discord jumping into a heavily competitive game. You're going to hear people trash talk like you wouldn't fucking believe. They know what to expect, but going on Twitter, they expect it to be, well, it shouldn't be hateful and racist and stuff. And it's like, if that's what people want to do there, and those are the majority of the users, fuck it, let them do it. Why should it only be Black Twitter that carries on like that? And everybody, because of the bigotry of low expectations, is like, well, we can't censor them. That'd be racist. It's like, no, man, let everybody just carry on. Fuck it.
Couple of things. One, somebody asked earlier tonight if we could help them because they'd been banned on Twitter. And I'm sincere when I say this, guys. If you get a slap on Twitter when you do your what's it called? Protest. What's it called? Appeal. When you appeal, mention in there that you're a black person. Seriously, you'll get unbanned. It's funny. Two, Polly, in most games, they've actually cleaned that stuff up. You're not supposed, if they catch you saying certain words, they will ban you.
Is that true?
That's absolutely true.
Like I see Patrick saying, "I miss the old days of gaming." Like those days are gone by, kind of thing.
Yeah, me too, man. Patrick, back in the day, man, I was a shit talking motherfucker.
I remember saying to Pete one time, like Aussie Pete, that he was really into PUBG. I don't know if he still is, but I was like, man, like I was watching Dr. Disrespect when somebody said this guy's hilarious. I went and watched. Turned out to totally not be my cup of tea. But all the trash talk and all the shit talk and stuff like that, I'm like, man, it was just so, God, the people are going to get that competitive. And I was like, kind of like criticizing it, right? And Pete's like, yeah, it's great, isn't it? I was like, okay.
But you're right about, going in there expecting the shit, but they've cleaned it up the same way they're trying to do with Twitter. I'm of the opinion that it's the last Wild West we're ever going to find, the internet, and they're trying to tame it the way they did with the Wild West here. Gotta be civil, you guys. Not because there's not a lot of people who don't enjoy it, but because there's a couple who don't. Why you gotta be so mean? Because you're a faggot. Shut up. They don't like that response, by the way. Don't say that to them on Twitter. You will get banned for it. But yeah, I didn't. Does anyone remember Modern Warfare 2 lobby? Sad Boy, thank you for the donation. I never played Modern Warfare 2 online. By that time, I'd already hung up my online gaming because, I was horrible. And Lady Monkey used to tell me I was horrible. When the Wild West got tamed, it became California and everyone got AIDS. Well, that's fair. Everybody has AIDS. Monkey, are you saying you are the YouTube version of Arthur Morgan? Without the TB, yes. Real quick, we need to cover this story because it's in the title. The Nick Sandmann, the Sandman, he won out over CNN today. Well, yesterday, I guess. CNN, in undisclosed terms, settled with Nick Sandmann, the Covington kid who they helped to, lie about and destroy his character. The terms of the agreement, as far as I know, still haven't come out. CNN hasn't come out and admitted fault. You know what else they haven't done? Covered the story.
Well, yeah, that's
Irony.
okay. The much wider read in the United States, wider read medium, Fox News will cover it in depth. Repeatedly. They can't cover it in depth because there's very little details other than that. CNN confirmed a settlement. Full stop.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's all we know. He's still got one going against NBC and the Washington Post.
Yeah.
I hope he got paid, man. I hope he got Don Lemon kind of pay.
Oh no, he should get more money than that.
Isn't Don making several $1 million a year?
Yeah, it's not enough. That kid deserved like 50 million.
Yeah, he was suing for what, 275?
Something like that.
Combined between the three, he was suing for a total of 800 million. I don't think he's going to get close to that, especially if they all settle. And if they're smart, you know what? They'll all settle and just let this shit go away. CNN actually did the smart thing here.
So I was watching Nick Rekieta's stream and he was talking about this right earlier on today. You want to hear what he thought?
Sure.
He's a lawyer, not a defamation specialist, but at least he's a lawyer, which I'm not, his calls seemed depressing, but probably right. Is the thing that they were scared of was the depositions and the discovery, because that would have been all of their emails, like that. What they meaning Sandmann's lawyers were asking for. Yeah, that's frightening. He goes, remember, guys, this is going into an election year. This is CNN who has credibility problems with its own audience. And do they really want this stuff coming to discovery? If I was their attorney, the first thing I would be doing was posting all the depositions online.
Sure, absolutely.
And it's like they're asking the questions. What was your source on that? And when you find out that their sources, when they're subject to the rules of perjury, if you're lying, if you're found out to be lying, so there's a big pressure to tell the truth, obviously. Doesn't mean you're necessarily going to, but there's big pressure to do it. Find out that, well, somebody else said it on Twitter, so I repeated it and wrote a story out of it and tweeted it out. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Like that makes them look bad. It's not worth it. They're a giant corporation after all. Fuck it, just pay them out. And this thing goes away. And then he made the comment, who knows what the agreements were? I'm willing to bet that the number, even though it was set at 275 as a total, if you knew of it, would be, in his words, shockingly lower than you might think that it is. Because that's tend to be but you don't know what additional agreements happened, like what conciliatory limited discovery they were willing to offer them, which is sometimes that's exactly what defamations are about, is getting discovery. So the first domino has fallen. Who knows with the Post and the other litigants what they gave them that would be helpful in pursuing them to get them to settle out faster as well. And I'm like, okay, now that's all speculation on his part. But I'm like, at least he's a lawyer, and I understand what he's saying, and that all makes sense,
With the dollar amounts they were asking for, a lot of times in these suits, it ends up being a couple $100,000. I doubt that's what his lawyer would settle for here. I'm guessing it's at least $1 million, probably several million. I would be shocked if it was less than $5 million.
But you don't know how the one thing too that he mentioned it only sparingly at the end of one sentence, but I think it's a crucial aspect of it, the payment structure in the agreement as well. Yeah, meaning yes, we're going to settle for $5 million, but you're not going to have to chase us for it. We're going to write you a check by date X contractually.
Yes, yeah,
and that is worth a lot more than promises of money or the potential of money, because that's only a piece of paper from a court. If you have to chase after them as an individual and they're a corporation for the next 25 years to collect, I would rather have a corporation say, you know what, I'm going to pay you 1/10 of the amount right now, instead of you having to chase me around for the next 25 years, which you can't afford to do.
Eagle says $25 million. You don't settle for anything less than 50. You could settle for 5 easily. It's $5 million. You get it right now. Your lawyer gets what, 30-40% of that. You're still walking away with $3 million. And everybody knows that that's basically them admitting to fucking up. So you get your win. The dollar amount, I mean, it was to punish, but if you go to trial, you could end up with 0 and a whole bunch of bills. Can you just settle this now?
The phases that CNN's lawyers responded with spoke volumes as well. When Nick Rekieta was scrolling through them, he's like, look at these phases that CNN's responding with, that they're going to do discovery with. It would have happened over the next 2 years. They would have thought releasing stuff as long as fucking possible. That to me is an indication that is exactly what they were concerned about.
Yeah,
was
and
the
that's,
release of their emails and the depositions of their people.
plus
Yeah.
the biggest target here, and I don't mean this money wise, but the biggest target, the biggest problem here was the Washington Post.
Mm.
They're the ones who kicked all this shit off. Well, technically, Twitter kicked it off, and then the Washington Post ran with their stupid ass story from Phillips, and that's where it all came from. They're the target. They're more than anyone else. So I can see them settling with them. And if NBC sees this and goes, you know what, maybe how much did they settle for? Okay, we'll give you that too. I wouldn't be surprised to see them soon. But I bet if they settle with the Post, it's going to be for at least double what they're getting from everyone else, because they're the ones who did it.
And the Post, if you think about who's ultimately responsible for that money, it's like a bottomless pit of money. So it,
indeed. So yeah, I'm happy for Sandmann. And again, I don't know how to say his name. I like saying it like that because it makes it sound like a superhero. Sandmann.
Neil Gaiman would be happy.
Indeed. I am happy that they settled and admit fault here, because I still think part of that settlement, it should have been them having to come out and admit fault. Fucking dicks.
Ideally, you would think so, but that's exactly what they don't want to do as a journalistic news source, because that's credibility damaging. That was probably number one on their priority list.
They don't have any credibility.
If I was him, I would demand that Don Lemon and Homo have to come out together and sing a song of apology.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Wouldn't it?
Especially if they had to do a little dance routine too.
Yeah. And it should start with Anderson Cooper introducing them. Anyway, no, I'm just glad. But again, this is another one of those stories that there's not much to say other than to cover what had happened already, because we don't know. We don't know. All we know is he got paid, and good for him.
Do you remember Don Lemon's statement? So like the thing comes out and it's like, they still are calling him tribal elder. Really?
Yeah.
Homeless dirtbag? Toothless scumlord? Lying dimwit? I mean, tribal elder. Fuck off. Why don't you make him sound? I mean, that's the austere religious scholar of this guy. You know what I mean? Could you describe him more illustriously and complimentarily? Anyway, that he was a constant protestee at Catholic places. Only the day before had been down at the big basilica there in DC, attempting to protest in the middle of a mass with his medicine drum. Yeah, like he didn't buy that at a local reserve gift shop. I mean,
he was going up to the Lincoln Memorial, banging his drum, and those kids came around him, and he got scared, and he started thinking of his wife, his dead wife who died of cancer. She's dead. And as he was standing there, he was thinking of his dead wife. She's dead, y'all. She died.
Yeah. He was saying he was using his medicine drum as a
douche.
He recognized that the Hebrew Israelites and the Covington Catholic kids that there was a ruckus between them, and he was only banging his drum as medicine to soothe and calm and get the Great Spirit to descend in peace. And it's like, that's like the fifth version of this story you've told, man. I mean, originally it was like you were just walking towards it. Now you're doing medicine spells for everybody. And the guy doesn't have the same story twice in every news source. It's just, well, let's get this guy on and he can tell his fucking story.
Don't forget a
new one.
The Vietnam vet. Wait, no, he just joined the army during Vietnam at the end. Peter says kids throwing snowballs at cars got shot by Milwaukee motorists, according to police. Yeah, we read that story on Monday night's Lords of the Night. A couple of kids got shot. They threw snowballs at a car. The car stopped. Guy got out with his gun and started firing. The two kids were hit. Last we heard, they're both okay. But yeah, don't throw shit at cars, man. You don't know you don't know what's going to happen to that car. You're going to kill somebody. And two, if you don't, you might end up with this dickhead as the driver. Yeah. So
Lemon, after the whole story kind of turns on the media that report it, and they either changed their stories or took their tweets down. Disney artists tweeting out pictures of kids being shoved into fucking wood chippers. Remember that?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. So the whole story kind of turned, and everyone that kind of like apologized need to apologize or just change their story and acted like nothing happened. I remember Lemon's take on it. He goes, even if these kids weren't at fault, if and he was talking to Cuomo, Fredo, and if my parents would have had my ass in a sling for doing that, they would have been, boy, when an elder is walking by, you step out of his way. You don't stand up. Like, that's how badly Don Lemon had backpedaled. He's still trying to come up with a story of how they were wrong, and he brought it up to basic respect your elders' manners, and I was raised better than these kids. They should have gotten out of his way because he was old. Really? That's how far you've got to fucking take it to maintain, no, we weren't wrong in what we reported.
Well, I mean, that was pretty much how everybody reacted, news-wise. Even here on the old YouTube machine, Philly.
Oh yeah, right.
Remember his? He was on vacation, you guys. Philip DeFranco was on vacation, and it was a Saturday, and he's like, I just had to do this and talk about these fucking shitty kids.
Yeah.
And then
this will be a watershed moment. The video of this will ring on. I remember so I took it down because that's not accurate reporting. And here at the Philip DeFranco Fuckery Fest, we want to be as accurate as possible. No, Phil, you embarrassed yourself. You saw a story turn on you when you jumped on a fucking trend. You fucking trend whore.
The bad part there, Polly, is all he had to do was look it up. And then, you know what? He could have gone on there and given a statement about what was going on. He could have jumped on the trend and been correct. He could have jumped on the trend and been correct, because by the time he made that stupid fucking video, we all knew the source. It was out there if you went and looked. The black Israelite who filmed the original put the whole goddamn thing up there. You could have went and seen it. But he didn't just jump on it, Paul. He jumped on it and didn't fucking check. He just listened to what the media said. And by the way, guys, it's not very often a good idea. That's why I told you guys my Twitter, the only thing that I said about the bombing in Iran is wait until we know. Wait until we know, because you never know with our media. How many times, Polly and Jack, have we heard about an active shooter? And it's like, he had 4 accomplices, and then it turns out there was nobody else. There were 3 shooters, and it turns out there was 1. Our press sucks. They make guesses. They talk to somebody who knew somebody who was there. They're fucking horrible right now. Why would you listen to a goddamn thing they say? Wait until everything comes out. And you're always careful in saying with what we know now, etc. Yeah, I mean, you have to be that way. You have to be, because we lost Jack.
Shitty.
So many times the news comes out with a fucking story and it's completely wrong. Completely wrong. Covington's not the only case. It just happened to be, because what was the one right before Covington? Smollett. Smollett was right before Covington.
Oh, Jesse.
Those 2 stories were within a month of each other. Thank you, ex-Bubba Hotep, who says, well, I'm a journalist, not an investigator. Right. Investigator having to fucking use Google. Polly, it's so sad to me. There's so many times that literally all you have to do is Google it, and you'll come up with the YouTube video that's the original stuff. You're like, oh, whoops.
Unless you're looking for the Ricky Gervais monologue.
Oh, God,
try finding the original of that.
Man, they fucking blocked me in all countries for that shit.
Did John Ward's video manage to stay up?
I don't know if it's still up. I did see his video, though, where I only watched the first part of it because he told us the rest of it was just him going to be editing to try to keep it up.
Right, exactly. So I was curious if he managed to get around it. Like, Chad, if you don't know, this John Ward, just, zoom ins and red flashes and different pans and shit to see if he could get around it. And
the problem is they're probably doing it audio based. And as far as I know, he didn't change the audio at all. So I don't know. It's easy to check. Let's see. This is why I need a producer. John Ward, what's his latest video? Oh, I heard a boop. That must be Jack coming back. What's up, my friend? Welcome back.
Sorry about that. My USB port decided it didn't want to work with my mic anymore.
Oh,
shit.
Prospero says it's still up.
Yep, it's still there. I see it right there. Got 129,000 views.
And Jack, I can commiserate. My USB socket on my laptop is the culprit of a lot of my mic problems. It's
Yeah. I actually had to buy a USB hub because I'm down to one working USB port now. So, because the second one just died, apparently. So, 1 out of 3, not bad odds.
Well, this was sent to me from Hobbit Opinions over on Twitter. U.S. deploys 6 B-52 bombers to Diego Garcia in Indian Ocean after Soleimani strike. This was a story from January 6th. So this is before Iran struck us. We got our B-52s ready to go. Keep fucking with us.
You know what they call that? Power projection.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to break into Love Shack.
That's
what?
That's called putting your dick on the table. That's dick measuring. Let's go, Iran. Let's see what you got.
No, it's just people are constantly accusing America of imperialism, and I'm like, no, it's a global power projection, and that's like military power projection. It doesn't need to do political power projection. That's not how hegemonies work. They do have political power, and the power kind of flows towards them. That's just the nature of geopolitics. But in terms of like projecting military power, yeah, you need to have bases all over the place. You need to have a lot of aircraft carriers. And look how America's military is set up. It's not set up as an imperium. It's set up for power projection. It's like our interests are over there. Our allies are over there. We need to get over there, and within 24 hours, and we can do it.
Hobbit Opinions also shows a picture of the Diego Garcia beaches. My dad was a big fan of Diego Garcia. He spent time there with being in the Navy. Yeah, that does look pretty, man. White sand beaches, beautiful. And then out in the picture, you see the white sand beaches, and then our fleet out behind it. That's fucking beautiful. Let's put that on the screen. Yeah, Dad loved Diego Garcia. Diego Garcia and he loved Rota, Spain, and he loved Australia. There you go. See these right out there? It's a beautiful place, isn't it? And look at that. Who's protecting
Well, if you're on a pristine beach, what is better than that? I mean, add the American flag.
Yeah.
And then you've got freedom and beauty.
You got freedom and America's big dick. That's... when you're talking about power projection, that was the whole thing that happened with North Korea. We have bombs, and Trump went and just laid his dick on the table and go, pull yours out. And he's like, I can't, I'm Asian.
And ours work.
Yeah, and ours work. Look, mine's hard.
The hardest ever.
Default name in chat says, bring the troops home, secure our border. I agree with securing the border. I absolutely do. And I think some reordering of the U.S. military, there's lots of fucking conversation to be had there.
Sure.
But to argue that America's interests aren't global is...
No, you're right.
It is just... It's minimalist thinking. Close down all the overseas bases. Again, that's minimalist thinking. It doesn't work that way. America does have her enemies, and her interests are global. And that's that.
There's a reason we can deploy anywhere in the world within a day.
It's kind of it's not about being a big badass, although that's a big part of it. That's not what the primary thing is about. It's not about just military expenditure. You need to get where you need to go because our interests are global. And it's like
we do not get enough credit for not using that power. We could decimate anybody that was fucking with us, even the Chinese, if we fucking wanted to. And I'm not talking about putting boots on the ground, just fuck up their whole country. And we don't. But the Arabs are mad that we're on their land. Tell them to shut the fuck up. We're using a tiny little piece of it. Shut up. And it's part of a deal you made. Shut up. Sorry.
like uninvolvement in. I mean, a sad, blunt truth of the world is that complete divestment of Israel and distancing of them as an ally and removal from the Arabian Peninsula in its entirety will not solve America's problems with Middle Eastern countries. It won't, because none of those problems with political Islam existed when the Saudi Arabian oil fields were threatened. That was a large source. We had a standing deal with Saudi that we were going to be importing this amount of oil. We had a legal contract, and a bunch of scumbags decide that, oh, well, no, we want to change that by seizing the oil fields. Really? No, we're going to militarily enforce that contract. That's all there is to it. Henry Kissinger's line at the time made it very clear. And it's rare that you ever hear any statesman speak that bluntly anymore. Great states do not allow themselves to be dictated to by minor powers. They don't.
Yeah, no.
And at the end of the day, that is, it goes back to the Million Dialogue for anyone who's ever studied the Peloponnesian War. The strong do what they can and the weak suffer what they must. That's the blunt truth of international geopolitics.
Oh my God, that is so ableist.
Well, and I'm not trying to argue political power flows from the barrel of a gun, because when you look at it, America has a lot of measured responses. Monkey is not wrong when he's talking about U.S. military power. It is largely used in an extremely measured capacity. Mm-hmm. If you want to see what an imperium looks like, imagine Imperial Rome with the U.S.'s military technology. My God, my God.
Real quick, I got this during Lords of the Night and I didn't see it, and so I want to read it out. Soul Visor, thank you so much. You said, we're not going to war. We'll likely will launch missiles from our Navy and drones as retaliation. Only 9 missiles hit, not the 300 reported. Since 1979, Iran has been a threat in the region, and some of you mofos are falling for this shit. Thank you so much for the donation. I'm sorry I missed it. I don't usually keep my Streamlabs open during other people's nights, so I do apologize for that. If you're out there, I hope you heard this, and I'll do my best to remember to mention on Lords of the Night as well. No, we power projection is different than actually using that power. We've had a ton of presidents who our power projection is, here, have some money. We're sorry. And I'm tired of it. And I think the world is tired of it.
That was there aren't enough words to satisfy people that are going to be upset by saying the 2003 invasion of Iraq was a mistake. What a mistake! It was the most catastrophic. And it's like, yeah, but that's the point. There aren't enough words that are going to make you happy if you're angry about the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Sure. So I can call it a monumental mistake. I can call it all sorts of things, but there aren't no words that are going to make you happy. With that said, the Iran nuclear deal was a mistake.
Huge mistake.
Of course it was a fucking mistake. And it's like, again, there's no amount of words that are going to make someone who hates it happy. But I understand Ben Rhodes and Barack Obama and John Brennan's thinking into what they were trying to do. They were attempting to pull a Nixon Kissinger with China, with Iran. We're going to bring stability to the region by empowering and opening diplomatic relations with one state in the area to bring a new power pole into effect. It worked with China. It did abate Russian activity. So in that sense, it was effective. That's exactly what they were trying to do, and it worked. To bring Iran in as a power pole, in this case, didn't work. It was a monumental fuck up.
Well, that you can't use a cookie cutter philosophy with everything. I mean, you have to tailor it to the different countries and attitudes and cultures that you're dealing with.
Yeah, it was. If you're playing massive international geopolitical statesmanship and you fuck up, you're going to fuck up huge. And you're right. You can't mirror image. This state acts this way, so this one will act this way. Hey, let's face it. The Chinese communists are a lot more predictable than the Shiite Islamists in Iran. They just are. Mm-hmm. And what bugs me is that if you keep attacking Iran right now, you know what they're going to do? They're going to attack Israel. Because, I mean, ever since Muhammad, that's been their goal, right? But not Israel as a state, of course. I mean, just the Jews. The Jews. Yeah, it's a chicken bone in their throat, a really sharp one that they haven't.
We're not supposed to talk about it, but yes, they have a problem with the Jews.
They do.
Right, Ilhan?
This is shocking. When did this happen?
It's such a quagmire because you can't abandon your allies because that destroys you diplomatically, right? And it's all fine and dandy. You say let's abandon Israel, but it's not that straightforward. It simply doesn't work that way. And you can't abandon Saudi Arabia. And it's not like Saudi and Iran get along in any kind of way, like you guys were talking about before it came on, right? You can't just abandon your allies in that way. It doesn't work that way. So if they start Iran, they're not going to. It's like, well, what is Iran going to do to us? Nothing. Nobody ever thought they were. What are they going to do to Israel and Saudi is the question.
With the question of bringing our troops home, I have no problem with. There are some things we could do that we should probably do. For instance, get our boys out of Afghanistan or give them their whatever it is they're supposed to be doing so they can finish the job and come home. Because that's been a problem over there. The Pentagon or sorry, I almost called them the Pentagon Papers, the Afghan Papers. It's not even a quagmire over there. We just don't know what the fuck we're doing. Leave. Stop. We just approved another, was it 400 million? Some shit like that to go to these shitheads. And we're just throwing money and getting people killed. Bring those guys home. Iraq, figure out what needs done and bring them home. We don't even need to. Probably, I'm not somebody who's like an isolationist, but I'm all for getting out of these two fucking horrible situations we're in. That said, as long as we are there, if we're getting attacked, as we have been, by people like, I don't know, say Iran, using proxies instead of having, I am really surprised they fired from within their own borders because that's not Iranian usually.
Little proxy pussies that they are. Nah, yeah. Come on, that's totally like that.
Yeah, got their little shits running all around. Which, by the way, is why Colonel Fuckhead had to die, or General. What was he? A general, colonel? I forget.
General, I believe.
General, yeah.
Well, I mean, an Iranian general, whatever.
Yeah. So, I mean, toy soldier.
Well, I mean, costume jewelry that, what are those medals for? Explain that to me. I'd like to hear.
Yeah, well, that's for each of the times he's set up a proxy group, little shitbag.
No, generals are totally found in states that they don't belong to, funding low-level operations personally with a whole bag of foreign currency on them. That's totally the activity of a senior officer.
That's not suspicious in any way. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you see what I mean? Like that's a cell operator. That's a black operative thing. That's the one you would expect from the clandestine services from CIA to be up to, and they are. Funding different people, like the way they went to the Northern Alliance and funded them to help with the Afghan invasion in 2001. I mean, that's not high-level officer shit, but yet that's what an Iranian senior general was up to. Really? Tells you a lot about their military, doesn't it?
Well, the funny part is that was specifically his job.
Yeah.
His job was to be a terrorist. His job was specifically to be in the Iraqi National Guard. What do they call the Iraqi Republican Guard? As the outside general to go out there and train groups like Hezbollah. That was his fucking job. It wasn't inside. It wasn't to take care of military inside Iraq. They're like, get this crazy fucker out of here before he blows somebody up. Dangerous. I saw. We'll get there. The Quds Force. Yeah, it's exactly what the Quds Force is. It's not like a traditional part of the army like we would think of.
It's not. Sorry, Jack. Go ahead.
Every time somebody says Quds Force, I just picture a bunch of cows with capes on.
Me too.
Chewing.
Oh man.
So Mac McMahon says, Major General of the Iranian Republican Guard Corps. He's like there's RCI and FBI combined. Fair enough. I understand that paramilitary operations and so forth, and I get what their Quds Force is for. But again, the point persists. This is a senior officer. Imagine the assistant deputy director of CIA doing that. Mm-hmm. It would never happen. It's a laughable concept. Your leadership is like in the field doing this.
This would be the same as if they killed our joint chief, the joint chief of staff.
Well, yeah, I guess it's just
I saw that shit. I saw that it would be the same as them killing the defense secretary. Like, no, it's really not.
Can I just make a
sick
side point
bastards.
here that Richo and Eagle and other people are talking about like the A-10. I mean, I love the way that plane looks. Like they're just talking about how badass it is, and it's give me the A-10 for badassery look over the most advanced supersonic stealth jet you can name.
Really, you like?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what it is. I can't quite put my finger on it. It's low, slow flying with a fucking 20 or 30 millimeter cannon on the front. It's used to support ground infantry and shit.
No.
I don't know. It just strikes me as hyper badass. I'm just talking about the look of it. Nothing in terms of capability or anything. I'm just talking purely looks.
I get you. Purely looks. It's the Tomcat, man. I love that plane. And they will never have one as pretty as it again. As for the stealth, most of the stealth fighters I've seen are ugly as fuck, man. It looks like they let Elon Musk design it. I know it needs to look like a pencil. Anyway, over on the hashtag, Dangerous shared this with us. Brian Stelter said, day 301 without a formal White House press briefing. Press secretary doesn't hold briefings because the president doesn't want her to hold briefings. It's as simple as that. You know what this president does more than any president has done in like the last 30 years? Talk to the press directly. They get mad about it because he does it at the helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes down there and actually fucking talks to them. Like all the fucking time. And they all bitch. We don't have access to the press secretary. You have the president. You have the actual fucking president talking to you more than how many press conferences did Barack Obama actually have? Like 8?
Well,
20?
But he was better than them.
Yeah.
And they knew that.
No, it's much better to have a surrogate out there lying to you. I just love how, there's so many of these fucking press. They haven't had a press conference in forever. He talks to you guys like weekly, sometimes every fucking day.
That is a hate fact.
I know. We're not supposed to talk about how many times he actually is out there talking to the fucking press in person. You shitbags. You don't understand, Monkey. How can we hear what the president has to say if they ask him? I know. It's fucking retarded.
Yeah, see, if a proxy does it, they can spin it because it's going to be filtered through. It's the old telephone game.
Well, they've already done it to him. I mean, remember the Jesus moment? I forgot what it was he said there. But where he kind of looks at this guy and holds his hand up and they all, Trump thinks he's Jesus. And it was obviously a fucking joke.
Yeah. Well, humor's lost on idiots.
It's pathetic is what it is. You know what, Brian? I get it. You're very, very mad that Trump has pointed out just how bad your fucking station is. And but look, you still have all the news on your side. Everybody thinks that Jim Acosta is a victim, even though he's a shitbag piece of crap. Everybody's still on your side. Just shut up. Just shut up, man.
You know what tweet I want to talk about for a hot second?
Sure, go ahead.
Here, I'll share it. So just kind of there it is. This is Shoe on Head's tweet. And I know I'm poking a bear probably by doing this, but I want everyone to keep in mind she's real because she cusses a lot. She drops F-bombs, yo. So she's serious. Just so you know.
She's not just real. She's for real.
On real though, okay? Why the fuck did we kill one of their leaders without approval? Quote, cause he bad? Okay. Are we going to kill the leaders of North Korea, China? Why the fuck is it our job? They're obviously going to be major retaliation. Only reason it was done was to start war. Neocons enlist. Oh, now I just got myself some like scorched blister burns from the hotness of that take. I mean, that was toasty.
That take is another one that reminds me of so many that I've seen that it's somebody who's not paying attention to what's actually going on over there.
Paying attention is patriarchy and colonialist.
I mean, where do you start taking that apart? Like,
Well,
it's gonna. Where do you even begin? It's like, why the fuck? Okay, you actually don't know why. And approval from who?
Congress. Yes, remember
For-
we need Congress's approval to kill a terrorist.
For an individual capture
Yeah.
kill operation.
Yeah.
No, that actually does fall into the executive office's authority. Did you not know that?
No, they don't know that. That's the problem. A lot of these kids.
Look, it was spread all over the news. That's what it was all over the news. Is he didn't have congressional Nancy Pelosi he didn't come and ask us.
He doesn't need their permission, but people don't know that because they failed civics class.
For an individual operation? Like it's I mean, Jack, you're right, because they don't beat it to death. They must have failed a basic civics class to not get that. Are we going to kill the leaders of North Korea, China, if they had their terrorist cell leading generals in other countries launching attacks against American embassies? Yeah, probably. But
let me top that. Tucker Carlson suggested that going after Soleimani, doing that means we should be going after Mexico and China for bringing drugs into the country.
Because, I have no problem with that.
Because drugs kill a bunch of people every year. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, that's a toasty take there too.
So look, that American contractor over there didn't decide to snort a rocket, you dumb motherfucker.
Why the fuck is it our job? Okay, Shu, no one's expecting you to do anything. At least I'm not. I'm not expecting you to do fuck all. Okay. Why is it the president's job? Well, if you look at the oath of office, the enemies, foreign and domestic, that whole thing.
That sounds like one of those, what do they call those? Real world interpretations?
Well, okay, look, it's directly the president's oath of office is not saying those words, but like, I mean, are you trying to tell me that a president that was not willing to protect American lives and American interests overseas, it was doing their job, his job, her job, whatever? There was obviously going to be major retaliation. So don't act out of fear of what they might do. And that's exactly why no one's expecting you to do anything. The only reason it was done was to start a war. Really, Shu? Like, is that your deep political analysis that you got from fucking with bedroom feminists for years? Really?
Back up a second. I want to go back to the major retaliation. Killing him was retaliation. Why don't people understand that?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
An idiot.
And they kept talking on the news about, he's responsible for the death of hundreds of Americans, which is true. But within at the time that happened, within the last week, responsible for the death of an American. Why is it our job? Because he killed one of ours. That's why. And major retaliation, I could give two fucks about that. Let him try. We talked earlier about this. I am almost positive. I would bet money that they warned us that they were going to do this. They warned us because they knew if they killed any of us, Trump was going to light them on fire from the sky, and there would be nothing they could do about it.
Dude's like Teddy Roosevelt, man. You don't want to fuck with him. You don't know what he's going to do.
You want to talk about major retaliation? Their major retaliation hurt no one. And they did that on purpose because they know if they hit us, that they were going to be just blistering from the fire coming down from above. We don't even have to, for all this, we're going to be going to war. We're not going to have to put boots on the ground. We can just fucking fire missiles in there and rockets at them until they finally go, you're right, we're sorry.
I mean, just in terms of like, I guess that anybody reasonably rationally can only get so like upset at someone like Shu making coming up with a hot take like that. Like, Prosperous is like, she just doesn't really know what the hell she's talking about. Yeah. And yet she's trying to have like, fuck. And who the fuck and what the fuck? And it's like, honey, stay in your lane. You're not remotely informed enough to be angry about this because you don't even know what points to make with your fuck anger. You know what I mean?
She ends every sentence with a woohoo.
I don't even follow her. Zelthor posted that on Discord, and he said, I think I'm gonna have to stop following Shu. And I'm like, I don't follow Shu. I wouldn't have known that she'd said this if you hadn't posted that. I'm like, my God, that is a really, really bad take. I mean,
Jason,
stick to movie reviews.
Jason, that is a good point. He said, hey, they hacked a library website. They are a serious threat. It's funny because I saw the story about them hacking the website the day after we were on here talking about how great their hacking is. And yeah, they hacked some low-level fucking website in podunk nowhere. Like, they got us. They got us.
Oh, that'll teach us. Oh no.
That'll teach us. Yeah, somebody they actually switched the Dewey Decimal System so you get the wrong Harry Potter when you look for it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, is it really so wrong to tell people to stick to your wheelhouse, stick to what you know? I mean, because you're online, do you have to have an opinion about every fucking subject?
I don't mind people having an opinion of this subject. Just make sure you know what you're fucking talking about. If you want to look at this seriously, if you want to look at all that's happened in the last week and a half, go back to the missile bomb or the missile strikes, not this past Friday, but the Friday before that. And then our retaliation, them going into our embassy, and then you go, you know what? That's still not enough to kill a man for. Fine. At least you know what the fuck you're talking about. But this whole idea, why did we have to do? Because he's a shitbag and he was over there to kill our people. What do you think he was there for? I've said this so many times. He wasn't there for a fucking family vacation.
Lest we forget the airstrip in that Donald Trump launched the various rockets against. Remember the mainstream media takes on it? I remember. Oh, he's stopping. He doesn't want to go any further because he's Putin's bitch. Remember that?
Oh,
you were egging this guy on to do more attacks, launch more rockets, do more bombings in the Middle East. Why aren't you involved enough in that already hot shooting war that's going on there? Because you're Putin's bitch. And now he does this one lone drone strike action, and it's holy fuck, it's World War III. I mean, fuck you guys, man. You can't.
Default name says Iraq is beautiful this time of year, right? I love the smell of dead bodies in the morning. Anybody who believes that the events could lead to World War III have no idea how World War I and World War II came about. You know what? Theoretically, this could lead to World War II or World War III. Excuse me. Theoretically, China and Iran could come in, China and Russia could come in behind Iran and back them up. And then it would be us against them. And then our allies that we have military treaties with would come in on our side. There you go. World War III. That's not going to happen. The chances of it happening are like really, really slim because neither China nor Russia want to get into that fucking fight. But I'm so tired of hearing about China has such an amazing military. Iran has such an amazing military by the same motherfuckers who will whine that ours is so much bigger than everyone else's.
And it works too.
It does. We can bomb the fucking shit out of you.
You know what?
Again, we don't have to go in there.
On a separate issue, but one.
Good night, Prospero.
Good night, Prospero. Pressure against Mexico.
Yeah.
Sans military. I don't think military pressure should be used against Mexico. I don't think it should. It doesn't even make sense to. But economic and diplomatic pressure where it's like, are you guys going to do something about these fucking cartels yet or what? Are you guys going to do something about the fucking people that aren't Mexicans that are coursing through your country into ours? You going to do something about that any fucking time soon? You know how many billionaires Mexico has in it? Literally, it's not entirely Tijuana. Right. There's a fuck ton of money in Mexico. Huge trading partner with the U.S. There are so many channels. Do something. Like it's like, oh, build a wall, build a wall. How about forcing them to do something about like cleaning up their own backyard? I'm down for that. No military stuff's off the fucking table. It's ridiculous to threaten a neighbor like that. That's not threatening you militarily. But Jesus Christ, do something already.
Now, if they asked for our help and we sent in some people to clean up some cartels, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Well, that's a completely different story, though. That's not threatening the government of Mexico.
No, that's going, hey, you guys want some help? Because we have some bombs we're not using right now.
No, if we really wanted to hurt Mexico, we just start heavily taxing any wire transfers down there.
Oh God,
It'll
yes.
cripple their economy.
Put a 50% tax on any money being sent to Mexico from
No,
Walmart.
that is an excellent point. Remittance payments come down on them like a ton of bricks. Just talk about doing it and watch action. You know how many police and cartel deaths would result after that announcement was made that we're thinking about doing this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because they're like, oh shit, we better actually fucking do something. Yeah, you think?
Because something like what 30% of I've read this a long time ago, so I don't know if this is still true, but it was like 30% of their economy is based off of people coming up here and sending money home.
Yeah.
Talk about working for the economy. Like, you know, illegal aliens, undocumented migrants do contribute to the economy. Yes, they do. And how much do they wire out of the country? Much more. To the tune of, imagine if those dollars are floating around in the American economy. Remittance payments are a bitch, man.
Max says the irony of Mexico not being able to clean their own yards. Damn, dude.
All right. That's good.
That's a corner pass. If I send you to a corner, you don't have to go. Well played, sir. Well played indeed. No, I don't know what to do about Mexico. I really don't. I don't know if you guys remember the last election cycle they had, how many of their politicians died. We were reading stories daily about, there's another mayoral candidate dead. It was like 8 or 9 of these motherfuckers in a span of 2 weeks dead. I get why they're scared to clean it up, but man, your country could be so much more than it is. But you'd have to actually want to stand up to these shitbags, and that's dangerous because you don't know who in your gut. It's kind of like the Untouchables. You don't know who you can trust.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton watches the Mexico elections and takes notes. Yeah, man, it's bad down there. It's horrible. And I don't necessarily think we need to send our troops down there, but we can certainly help train theirs. Like, hey guys, why don't you come up here? We'll run you through a couple of drills, not our best stuff, but stuff that should be able. When they arrested El Guapo or whatever the fuck his name is, his kid,
El Guapo,
and I can't remember his name. They arrested his kid, and the cartels came out, and they were like, "Oh, we're sorry. Here you go. You can have him back." Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, that's Mexico, you guys. El Chapo, that's what it is. Thank you.
Potato.
I like El Guapo better. Because fuck that guy. Oh, my goodness.
I've got a feeling that guapo means something in Espanol that would be funny as fuck if we knew. If we knew what you just called him.
Guys, what does guapo mean?
It's going to be like, the small fruit. You probably
see. El.
It sounds like a word. I don't know.
It's a real word.
Okay.
El Guapo means.
I mean,
it's from. Was that the guy in the Three Amigos, the bad guy?
It means handsome. Really?
Okay. Is it?
Yeah. According to Carmen and Alyssa and Midnight Exile. Yeah.
El Guapo. See, I was actually being complimentary.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get killed by the cartels.
Well, have you ever seen him? Clearly, you meant it ironically.
Yes, yeah. He's an ugly motherfucker.
That guy's like, remember Manuel Noriega?
Oh God, yes.
Pineapple face, remember?
Yeah, it looks like somebody beat him with a meat cleaver. El Chapo, does it mean short fuckers? I don't know what El Chapo means. I just know it's his nickname. And I don't know why El Guapo is stuck in my head. Why do I haven't seen Three Amigos since I was in my teens. The fuck?
That's weird, the things you remember.
I know, right? I want to see the movie. What was it? What was the name of that movie? Was it El Diablo? I can't remember. The one with Anthony Edwards as a cowboy, him and Louis Gossett Jr. It was an HBO movie. Was it El Diablo? I can't remember. If you've never seen it, it's a great movie. What's his name? Anthony Edwards plays a teacher who reads a lot of dime novels about Western, gunfighters and shit. and he El Diablo rides into town with his gang and steals this girl he's sweet on. So he decides he's going to go get her back, and he runs into Louis Gossett Jr., who's an actual cowboy. And Louis Gossett Jr. teaches him how to be a real cowboy. Like instead of watching a guy's hand when you're about to have a duel with him, you shoot the motherfucker in the back when you get a chance. Yeah, it's great. What the fuck was the name of that? Was it El Diablo? There you go. Yeah, and keep shooting his horse. Yeah, James Kyle's great. Fucking great movie. If you've never seen it, find it. It's awesome.
You still haven't seen Open Range, right, Monkey?
No, I haven't.
Or Jack? Have you seen it, Jack?
I don't remember. The Westerns blurred together for me.
Fair enough. Monkey, you got to check it out. You're a fan of Westerns. It's if Kevin Costner didn't do it for you as a cowboy in Wyatt Earp, he absolutely should in Open Range. Mm-hmm. Did you like him in Silverado?
I've never seen Silverado. People keep telling me to watch it. I haven't seen it.
It's really good. I don't think it lives up to the hype. It lives up to like 80% of the hype that people give it. I think it's really good, but it's not like the greatest fucking thing ever. Because in that era, like right around that time, you also had Pale Rider, which like knocks the shit out of it as a Western. So
yeah, Pale Rider's a good movie.
Yeah. I haven't seen that since I was young. No, for me, my favorite cowboy, of course, is Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday.
Sure.
I fucking love that character, and I don't love all Westerns because a lot of them are boring to me, but I do remember this one, and if anybody knows what it's from, I just got to tell you. There's this movie where like some bandits or something hit this stagecoach, and they all raped this girl and left her laying there mostly naked. And so the cowboys come by, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here." And they rape her too. I was like, holy shit. The fuck am I watching?
What movie was this?
I don't know. I remember watching it when I was maybe 10 or 11 with my dad. Jeez. I'm like, Dad, what the fuck is going on here? But yeah, it was, oh God, it was horrible. And Unforgiven, man. Unforgiven is such a slow burn, but it's so worth it. Yeah. So worth it.
Somebody said the Apple Dumpling Gang.
I don't think that was it. Yeah, Westerns, I mean, I'm with Jack. They kind of do run together because there's so few themes in them.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's like, 4 Western stories? I'm okay.
Sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like romance stories. It's like, how many themes are there, right? Like, there's only like 4 stories. It's how you tell it, not what you tell.
Yeah. There's a handful that stick out, mostly Clint Eastwood movies.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
I usually get High Plains Drifter and Pale Rider confused, but I like both of them, so it doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, I don't really tend to differentiate some of the off-brand ones that are just like people like. If Robert Duvall's in a Western, I will never remember the name of that Western.
Why Duvall of all people?
I don't know. I just assume they're all Lonesome Dove.
Fair enough. Default says Val was awesome. Any Clint Eastwood, Outlaw Josie Wales for great lines. Outlaw Josie Wales was great.
Yeah, it really was. Oh, the gun spinning scene when Eastwood pulls out his 2 revolvers backwards and oh fucking hell.
Well, it's like Val. You're probably seeing double. I've got 2 guns, 1 for each of you. I'm like, fuck. Real quick, Greed. Thank you so much. The Britain of 1960 would be more recognizable to someone from the 1900s than someone from 1995. 1960 was before most of the leftist nonsense. I don't know much about Britain in the 60s. I don't know what was going on over there. I know over here we started having a lot of upheaval.
Offhand, it mentioned both Maverick and Quigley Down Under. Quigley Down Under is actually a pretty good little film. I'm not saying it's great, but it's worth a couple hours if you like Westerns. I dug it.
I still haven't seen that. Maverick, on the other hand, I was not a fan of.
No, that was a terrible movie.
That was, what's his name? Jew hater.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson, thank you.
I was about to say Tom Selleck doesn't have a problem with Jews. I kind of lost the
No.
plot there for a second.
No, on Maverick. He was in
Yeah,
Maverick.
I get you.
Yeah.
So you leave Tom Selleck alone. He's a national treasure.
No, I like Tom Selleck. And for the record, I like Mel Gibson's movies most of the time. He's a pretty decent actor, but he's kind of a Jew hater with an alcohol problem.
Well, someone made me sit through Apocalypto, and I was like, "Oh, fucking hell! That sucked, man." I had
never seen it.
Oh, you just save your fucking time, man.
I actually liked that movie. I thought it was fun.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't have to pay close attention. I could just watch people run around through the woods.
That was the whole thing. People just.
Did you guys watch The Last Temptation? No. What's the one he did of Jesus?
Passion of the Christ.
Passion of the Christ.
Yes, it did. Yeah, more than once.
Jack?
I saw it and I was like, I never need to watch this again because it was kind of fucked up.
I didn't watch it. I've seen a lot of movies about Jesus and his life and the crucifixion and all that. I didn't need to see him get tortured.
Yeah, that's what it was 2 hours of Jesus getting beat up.
And I understand why a lot of like religious folks watch it and stuff, but it's not one I could bring I'm not a fan of that kind of movie. I don't like that in any kind of movie.
No, it was torture porn. That's all.
There's a part in Game of Thrones where they have this one character, I forget the little shithead's name, but like he cuts off this guy's dick and beats the fuck out of him. He tortures this guy, and I can't fucking watch it. I just can't. Because
sure. I hear you. Like if the graphicness of it just doesn't appeal to you, like straight up torture porn. Yeah, I've never seen Hostel. I've never seen Hostel. Don't want to for the reasons you guys just said. So not only do I hear you, I agree with you. Now, when it comes to Passion of the Christ, I mean, it's for a purpose. You know what I mean? I
understand it.
The whole point is that he hands himself over to this, and you can lighten the story up, but when the Romans scourge you, it ain't pretty. You know, and the whole point is that he deliberately knew that this was going to happen and went into it anyway on purpose. Like that's kind of the story. I get why you wouldn't want to watch it, though. Don't get me wrong.
And again, I understand why people would, and I understand why it was made that way. But it's another reason I have a problem watching 70s like crime movies, because they were like the original Dirty Harry, man. There's some brutal shit in that movie. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, I'm good. I don't need to see that again. And they're telling me it was Ramsay Bolton was the guy in Game of Thrones. Yeah, that fucker, I couldn't watch it. There's so much torture in Game of Thrones that I have problems with. The Joffrey, he was a shitbag as well. Those two characters, I could not watch their scenes because they were so horrible. So fucking horrible. Ramsay Snow is the guy. No, Ramsay was the guy who did it. What was the name of the character he did it to? I forget. But yeah, I couldn't watch. It was just so horrible. Now, is it wrong that it was okay? I didn't have problems with like the rape scenes.
Yeah, you know what? I have a big issue with rape scenes because you want to do something, and even though it's a fictional portrayal, like somebody physically imposing someone themselves on someone, like bullying and shit.
Greyjoy,
in movies is hard to watch, but a rape scene that's something else. Well, I've still never understood people's attraction or the hilarity that they find in Deliverance.
Deliverance is only funny because of those lines until you find out that the truth behind those lines. It's kind of funny to look at something. Your mouth sure is pretty.
Well, you know what blows my mind about Deliverance? The thing that I can't get. Most of the movie's boring.
Sure,
it's only those few scenes. Yeah, right. Most of it's stupid, and it's only those few things that people remember. So that I find kind of lame in and of itself. But it's at the beginning. What's his name? Burt Reynolds, right? He goes, "We're going to sail down the river." He pays guys to take his car and drive their cars down where they're going to be at the end of the river. It's like, wait a minute. You paid people that you just met to take your car?
Yeah.
Hicks that you don't know. You paid them to take your car. I find the whole premise preposterous. I mean, don't give me this shit that it was an earlier time. I'm not buying it. That was just dumb.
No, well, let's not forget they killed an innocent man in that too.
Yeah.
No, my biggest problem with that movie, besides that the rape scene is way too graphic, is that those hillbillies made those lines up themselves. That's
Really?
not scripted. These are Burt Reynolds' hillbilly friends who made up "Squeal Like a Piggy."
Well, they've said it before.
Yeah. As their ass raping Ned Beatty. Squeal like Ned Beatty got fucked up from that movie. He has serious trauma from that movie. Now I don't know if they actually stuck their dick in him and that's what did it. But yeah, he's talked about. He has serious trauma from that fucking scene.
This wasn't Caligula. We don't know what actually happened. You ever seen Caligula, Monkey?
No, I've heard about it, but I've never watched it. And that's another one that's like, I'm gonna pass on that.
Yeah, you can just go ahead and leave that one alone.
It's forgettable.
Yeah, I'm okay. Did you see the rape scene in 13 Reasons Why? Not the girl, the kid, and the mop part. No, I haven't watched 13 Reasons Why, and I won't. I that is glorification of suicide.
Yeah, it is.
Chemo Embryo says Last Tango in Paris is my favorite film because I got problems.
Wow.
I love that's a great line.
Fair enough. I spit on your grave, disturbing as fuck. You know what? I found out the other day because I've never watched that movie, but I have a copy upstairs. Apparently, my boys bought it and watched it. Alyssa, no, it's fine to ask questions. Yeah, just none of us have ever seen that. And that one in particular, we actually talked about it quite a bit on Lords of the Night. That was way back when SDA was on with us. I have a problem with the glorification of suicide there. And I remember when it came out, there were I wasn't alone in that opinion. And Netflix was like, "Oh, it's fine." And it wasn't until season 3 they finally came out and went, "You know what? Maybe some of this is fucked up and we should take it out." Because some psychologists are telling this is going to fuck up people's brains. Like,
why? That'll give them the hint that there's high drama and notoriety in killing yourself. Yeah. I wonder why they would think that watching 13 Reasons. I don't know why.
For the people who don't know what 13 Reasons Why is, it's this girl kills herself and she sends notes to the 13 people who made her do it. It's just these teens, they see this stupid shit. Yes, I could do that and send letters to the people who caused me to feel like this instead of, bitch, shut up, you did it yourself.
When a lot of the people would react the reactions from people to the letters are like, again, there's extremely high drama, melodrama, really, in what she's doing, how she does it, the way people react to hearing about it. When a lot of it people just look at you as more of a sad, depressed, disturbed person, as opposed to meaning suicide should be looked at as a problem, not as a means of leaving on a high note, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. This will make them think about how much they mistreated me.
Yeah. It becomes an act of vengeance at that point. You know what I mean?
Indeed. Exactly. Max says it was a show. It's still a show. You can watch it on. They have 3 seasons worth over on Netflix. It's also a book. It's based on a book. Yeah.
Soon to be followed by Columbine, the shooter's notes.
Indeed, right?
What's the director's name that did Hostel? The crazy guy loves his torture porn.
Eli Roth.
Thank you, Eli Roth. Okay, do you think the fact that Eli Roth is up in Tarantino's historical revenge fantasy against the Nazis,
Inglourious Bastards,
think about it. You got Eli Roth in the balcony, or in the movie theater, shooting Hitler in the face with a machine gun. And it's like torture porn. Well, it's not exactly torture, but it's certainly like dismemberment porn. His face is flying apart. You got the camera zooming in on Eli Roth's face, and he's Jewish, right? So he's really fucking angry, and all of this revenge. And I just find so many things going on in that scene to be all too predictable. It's like Eli Roth is into torture porn. Tarantino really loves his high violence and calls it art.
Yeah, he does.
I'm not opposed to high violence, but I mean, this guy is getting off on it to a certain degree. It would be like Tarantino denying, "What do you mean I like feet?"
What do you mean I like saying the N-word?
Yeah, just right. It's like clearly you do. It goes a little bit beyond an artistic requirement that you do it.
You know,
I
don't necessarily have a problem with that, but it's just not for me because I know people that they love Tarantino, and some of his stuff is okay. I would have liked. Oh God, what's the Travolta one?
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
If they'd have taken out the butt rape scene,
really, yeah.
it would have been fine without the butt rape scene. That you could have had him being beaten, and instead of you know what? Let's deliverance his ass.
Well, I think Tarantino is vastly overrated. He mostly just steals from better movies, and he's aging like B. Arthur.
Fair enough.
I was just about to ask you, Jack. I don't think I've ever heard your opinion on Tarantino, Jack. What do you think of his film? Well, now I know.
Wildly overrated.
Wildly overrated. Do you have a favorite of all of them at all?
Not really.
No? Okay.
I liked City Hunters before he ripped it off to make Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, he just rips off a bunch of other movies. He's good at scenes. Like there'll be one scene in a movie that he got inspiration from another movie and basically cut it shot for shot. And then those scenes are usually well done because I saw them in another movie.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen anything from Tarantino where I was just like, wow. Now, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, everybody is falling all over themselves for that movie.
Oh, I was so bored.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was boring.
I'm sorry, which movie? Falling all over?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
His newest one. Yeah, I'll see it at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah, wait till it's on like Netflix or something. I don't hate Tarantino. I'm just bored watching most of his movies, or they're just okay. They don't blow me away like they seem to everyone else.
I felt that way about Django Unchained. Of what you just said, Monkey. I'll see it eventually, kind of thing. I was not in any kind of rush. It's like, so hold on, what's the plot of this? I'm like, oh, he's doing another historical revenge thing. It's like it makes me wonder
who hurt him.
Well, it makes me wonder if unconsciously he, excuse me, accepts the criticism, or the criticism has affected him about like relentless violence in his films or glorification of violence, where it's like, okay, I'm going to make the subjects of the violence completely victimizable people, Nazis, slave owners. Like, do you see what I mean? And I'm going to do it through historical revenge. And other people have pointed that out. And of course they went like full SJW with it, where like he's adopting other historical grievances from cultural groups that aren't his own. And like, whatever, man. Like, I don't even see it that way. It's just, I mean, Hitler didn't die in that way. So this is clearly a revenge fantasy. And yeah, there's times where slave owners died in that way, but you tell it in such a very particular way. And slave uprisings didn't really happen like that, but history isn't really a concern to this guy's clearly.
I think a history teacher diddled him and it skewed his view on life.
That could be it. Dangerous says, I've watched so many movies over the years, yet to watch the Godfather trilogy, though. It's not a trilogy. Worried the hype. Hang on. Worried the hype will disappoint. Okay, here's the thing. Sit down and watch The Godfather 1. And if you like it, definitely watch The Godfather 2. If you like that, do not watch The Godfather Part 3.
Okay, so here's an actually good opinion now.
Oh, God.
I agree with Monkey. It's not a trilogy. It's a duology with an extended epilogue.
It is two really great movies followed by what the fuck just happened? What the fuck am I watching here? Look, I love Andrew Garcia. How did you make a bad movie with him in it?
You know what? That's cool to hear you say that, because I was looking at a list we were doing on, I had a tab up for Noir Bar and we never ended up talking about it, where it's like the 15 worst actors of all time. Fucking Andy Garcia was on the list. And I was like, fuck you guys, man.
How the fuck did he make the list? He's a good actor.
That's what I'm saying. Who the fuck doesn't love Andy Garcia? That man's charming as fuck. Like that guy's got swagger, man. What the hell?
Wait, was Frank Stallone on that list?
No, he wasn't, but should have been. Good call, Jack.
How does Frank Stallone get off there, but Andy's on?
That's my point. If you don't have Frank Stallone on there for a bad actor, you're not trying. And he's actually a fun bad actor.
Wait, Polly, can you pull up the list? Can you find it?
Yeah, actually, I got it.
Yeah, let's talk about this list. I'm interested.
This is one of those lists made by people that don't actually watch movies. And as a connoisseur of bad cinema, I'm going to be offended.
Can you guys talk for just a second? I'm gonna go roll some cigarettes and run to the restroom.
Sure. Who is
Thank
Andy Garcia? Oh, come on, Ryan.
How
I know
dare
you're
go
messing with me.
sit in the fucking corner?
You know
All right,
who
I'll be
I
right
think
back.
most people remember him from because he was like really cool in that role is Stone from The Untouchables.
Yes.
I mean, how could you not love him? Like, if you've seen that movie and remember it, like
Andy
what a great
Garcia's a
character
good
he
actor.
was. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. Underrated in my opinion. He was great in that Michael Douglas Japan Quest 1980s fest film that he was in, Black Rain. Remember?
Oh yeah. That was wow. That
No,
movie.
it was an 80s fest, but it was fine. Leave it alone, Jack.
He's been in some real turd movies, but he's good in it, whatever he does. Let's see. I'll list some of his movies here. He hasn't done much notable lately. Oh, he was in the 2016 Ghostbusters as the mayor.
Oh God, really? And
Yeah, that's sad. He was the voice of Eduardo in Rio 2. He was in Let's Be Cops.
oh, what is that? North Carolina Triad Local Area Music. What about Michael Madsen? Thank you. Michael Madsen is awful, and that guy has one of the best agents in Hollywood because Jesus Christ, he keeps getting hired. He is awful. I swear, him and Natalie Portman are related somehow.
Oh, ouch.
No, I'm not calling him Israeli. I'm calling him a bad actor.
Yeah, well, some of those guys, they just manage to get parts, and you're like, I don't understand this. I don't mind Michael Madsen. Oh, hang on. Thank you, Greed the Avaricious. Someone said, I don't know where, that the prequel trilogy of Star Wars was just extended version of Obi-Wan's Episode 4 monologues to Luke. That probably is not untrue.
And Mustafa says, cue Black Rain music sting. Thank you, Mus. Thank you. Man, a keytar riff, Jack? Come on. That's
Keytar riff? Really? Did you just say that?
Yes.
Oh, if this were my channel, you'd be in the corner for that.
It's because it's dated 80s awesome.
Like the 80s synth music is so of its time, like disco, you know? You're
right.
Like, ooh, well, that fits in this period. The only time that really worked for me was in Kung Fury.
Oh, Gil Cotto says Mad Nicholson is awesome. Yeah, he really is. I mean, he reached peak Bond villain in Casino Royale. I'm trying to think of like Dr. No didn't even come across as menacing as the Chief did.
Yeah, that was a really good movie. I like that one.
Yeah. I mean, it was Bond reinterpreted as a Jason Bourne film, but I was okay with that.
Yeah, it works. I mean, that's just Bond for the modern era because some of the stuff from the 60s was really goofy.
Well, more 70s. Remember the Roger Moore films when like Bond was comedy, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, Moon. What is that
Moonraker.
movie? Moonraker. That movie sucks.
No.
And Dangerous.
The one where he went down to it. Sorry, go ahead.
Dangerous brought up Nicolas Cage, one of my least favorite actors.
Yeah, I mean, he's fun to watch. No, I was just about to say something that would have gotten a bad reaction.
Real quick, in chat, did you guys get the donation there?
Yeah.
Thank you, Greed, for the donation. Someone said, I don't know where, that the prequel trilogy of Star Wars was just extended version of Obi-Wan's Episode 4 monologue to Luke. Fair enough, I guess. Okay, do you have the list?
Yes.
All right. How many? It's 15, you said?
Yeah, you want me to share my screen here?
No.
All right.
I want you to surprise us. Start with number 15. The
is Andy Garcia. Is number 15.
Fuck you. Not you, the guy who wrote it.
Okay, well, hold on. I want to just for the sake of there it is.
All right, let's see.
Come on, look how slick he is standing there like that. I mean, you fucking kidding me? Well, this is him from Ocean's 11.
Oceans, yeah.
The first Ocean's 11 remake where he's playing the casino boss. I mean, he was perfect as a casino boss, quasi gangster. You know, he was fucking what?
No, I like Andy. I really, really do. I think it's sad that his career wasn't bigger. He should have been a leading man.
Yeah. He has the Max Dillon effect. Like Matt Dillon, very underrated actor.
Sure.
Always put in shit movies.
Yeah, you got to blame your agent for that.
Yeah.
Harvos Marvel said, whatever happened to Gene Hackman, one of my top 5 actors of all time. Yeah, he did retire. He called it a career because he's a man of class. And he did do some voice work as it continued on. He narrated a special on the U.S. Marine Corps because he was a U.S. Marine, because he's Hackman. Of course he was. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So he was, because, the Corps, he was willing to narrate that, but he works on his painting and writing now. He just called it a career because fuck, how do you do much better than Hackman? I mean,
well, he's getting on too. So
sure.
There's time and a place.
He and Jack Nicholson made the same call, and I respect them for it. They couldn't remember the lines as well as they could in previous years. They both made that call, and they're like, when I'm having to have people read me my lines because I keep forgetting them and I notice it, it's time to call it a career, because I'm not as there as I used to be, and that's just not right.
Okay.
That's professionalism, man.
Harbo says, ever see loose cannons? Yes, but you can't blame that on him. I mean, everybody's allowed one. Everyone's allowed one. He made a bad decision there.
Oh, that was a terrible movie.
That movie sucks so much ass.
I have a copy on DVD.
Hackman was in everything, though. You're going to find bad films that he was in. But I mean, think about it. He elevated a comedic role like Lex Luthor to super villainy awesomeness. You know what I mean?
All the way up until Superman 4.
That was so bad.
The Quest for Peace. Oh, it was so fucking stupid.
Okay, so Andy Garcia is a complicated actor to follow. Sometimes he is dead on nails. He dead on nails a role, but other times he is just flat out bad. Maybe it's because he always seems to play the same type of roles. Maybe that leads to boredom on his part. Who knows? You're just talking shit. Just in Ocean's 11, he played a great part in a great movie. The cast for that flick, blah, 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 blah. Throughout his career, he seems to be in good performances every once in a while. Every third or fourth movie, he does a top-notch performance with several crappy ones in between. He has the look for the gangster roles that he seems to favor, but then only lets his talent show once in a blue moon. And that's too bad. No, whatever. That's not him.
Do they give an example of a bad performance?
Not one.
Of course not.
Yeah.
All right. Who's number 14?
Pam Anderson.
Fair enough.
Well, Pamela Anderson's known for one thing, and it's not her acting. Yeah,
it's her titties. Yeah.
There you go. That's. I'm not going to read any more of that.
Look, as somebody who owns barbed wire on Blu-ray.
Oh dear God, do you really?
Yes, I do. I got it for $1.88 at Big Lots.
Wow, the true bargain bin, huh? Jesus.
Yeah. Oh man, you can find some treasures hidden away in that bargain bin.
Damn.
I wonder what the special features are like on the barbed wire Blu-ray.
There's a commentary on there. I haven't listened to it though.
Okay, number 13 is Rob Schneider.
Yeah, I've seen worse. These are all people that are like popular.
Now, go ahead. I'm sorry.
These are not really bad actors. They're just people this person doesn't like.
Pamela Anderson, I would say, is a bad actress. Rob Schneider, I mean, he plays the roles he's supposed to play. He's just in bad fucking movies. He plays the same character every time. He's not a bad actor. He's just in bad shit. And
he reminds me of, like, not in terms of talent. I want to be clear about that, but he reminds me of Rick Moranis. There's only so many roles the guy can play, and he's working. Stop hating him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it.
That's fair.
Like, and Rick Moranis is a lot more talented comedically, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
But it's like, they're working. Of course, he plays the same guy. What else is he going to play? A leading man? An action star?
Adam Sandler better be on this list.
Right. Good call.
Yeah.
Adam
Rob
Sandler
Schneider's a better actor than Adam Sandler.
He is.
Number 12 is David Hasselhoff.
He was great as Michael Knight. What are you talking about?
I've never seen a single episode of Knight Rider. Or just clips here and there.
How dare you?
Yeah, well, the Hoff, man. Hey, it's a good thing that Badger isn't here, because he'd let him have it. I understand he's huge in Germany.
Germans love him, especially his music.
Yeah, and I love that he has a music career. I just love that. It's just
in Germany.
He did the theme song for Kung Fury, and it's catchy as hell.
Number 11 is Rosie O'Donnell.
That's not. I hate Rosie O'Donnell. That's not fair. That's not. She was great in A League of Their Own.
Was she?
She was. Yeah.
The
She did a
picture
good job.
The picture is actually from A League of Their Own.
Of course it is. It's the only thing anybody knows her from.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't have a problem with her being on the list. Sure.
This actually says at the beginning of the second paragraph here, if you want to see her at her acting worst, just watch the movie A League of Their Own.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's harsh.
The
All
movie
right.
itself was pretty good about women's baseball back during a time when blah, blah, blah. It wasn't prime that was very good either. Her role was not a major one, but she is in the movie enough to prove that she should have never been there in the first place.
She was friends with Madonna, so.
Yeah, okay. Number 10 is Adam fucking Sandler.
Yes. Okay. I don't have a problem with that. Adam Sandler's, I don't think he's a very good actor. I really don't. He's a good Saturday Night Live comedian, and that's not saying much.
Tom Leach says, no way. Polly hasn't seen Exit to Eden. What is Exit to Eden? I've heard of it, but I don't.
I haven't
That's a
seen
movie
it.
with Dan Aykroyd and Rosie O'Donnell,
Okay.
where they dress up in bondage gear because they go undercover.
Really?
Yeah, it's
I don't know. That just sounds like some shit you might have made up. So I
No. Wow, that's a disturbing picture.
You're welcome.
Oh my God. Fuck. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. There you go.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I was
Who's up
expecting
next?
something like on a crazy level, like Dr. Detroit.
No, it's
No,
more
is it-
like Haunted Honeymoon. Where you're like, why
Oh,
did this
God,
get
yeah.
made?
So I love the first line here about Sandler is being part of bad movies doesn't mean you are a bad actor, but in Sandler's case, it kind of does.
Yeah, it kind of does.
You know,
See,
since
this
you're
is my
largely responsible for your bad movies, fucker.
this is my objection to the Rob Schneider one. He's in bad movies, but he plays the part as well as you can. Sandler just sucks. Just saying.
Yeah, and the photo that they use here kind of sums up one of the reasons why it's so easy to hate Sandler outside of just him being an annoying actor if you don't like his comedy. If anyone's ever seen the Red Letter Media video on what a fraud hack he is, so sharing the screen here, Monkey.
Oh, sorry.
No, this picture just sums it up. It's like, hey guys, Coke's a sponsor of this movie. Did you notice?
Really?
Right?
Yeah, I mean, fucking hell, guys. You even had to turn your fucking popcorn bag sideways to get 2 more Coke labels in the
Get
shot.
the Coke
Really?
in there. Yeah.
They had a minimum for the movie, okay? It was 35. This took care of 4.
This whole movie where he plays his own
5
sister is Red Letter Media does a good job of pointing out like the sponsorship in this movie is, well, it's Al Pacino's most pathetic moment in cinema history. He's playing. Have you seen the Dunkachino dance that he does? The clip of it? He does. Al Pacino does this song and dance. He's the CEO or president or whatever the fuck of Dunkin' Donuts. And
oh God.
yeah, and Dunkin' Donuts obviously is a sponsor for this movie. And he's Al Pacino, and the new drink that he's promoting is the Dunkachino. Get it? And he's like,
for fuck's sake.
the lyrics of the song are all famous lines from Al Pacino's movie career, and they think that's funny. It's like, I'm making you an offer you can't refuse. My new Dunkachino. It's lines from Scarface, lines from every movie that Pacino's been in, and it's Al Pacino dancing and singing with a suit that's got little donuts on the suit lining, and he tears the suit open to take a taste of my chocolate blend and shows all the donuts on the inside of his suit. It's just fucking hell.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. It's so anyway, and that all happens in this one film. It's
All right.
Next.
Next.
Number 9, Whoopi Goldberg.
I can get behind that. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, I've liked some of them. I liked Jumping Jack Flash was fun, and Fatal Beauty was okay. They're both crap movies, but I 80s crap. So I didn't
that's
mind
Farr's favorite movie, right?
Which one?
Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's just stupid.
That's what she saw it as a kid a whole bunch of times, and so it's like big nostalgia, fun movie for her. The picture they got is actually from Ghost.
Oh, not from Telephone?
Not from Sister Act.
Sister Act was so huge, man. And I don't mind I like some of the singing because I like gospel singing, but that movie was not that good. The second one was actually better. Anyhow, she was all right in Little Rascals. Are you kidding?
Number 8 is Tyler Perry.
That is not fair.
Isn't it?
Well, okay. Is Tyler Perry the Black Adam Sandler?
Yes.
Pumping out a series of crap movies that a given audience is always going to go watch to the point where it makes it viable to keep making them.
Look, Medea is I can't even make a joke there. You're right. It's fair.
Is it transphobic is the question. What? Number 7 are Evan and Ryder Londo.
Who the fuck are they?
They're 2 little blonde twins, like little kids.
I don't think that's fair to put kids on this list because all kids are awful.
Yeah.
I almost feel bad for putting these little guys here because they're so young, but Peace is called the worst in Hollywood history, but the piece is called the worst in Hollywood history, and they're well deserving. Evan and Ryder are identical twins and took turns at playing the role of Abel Teller on Sons of Anarchy. Abel's a key role that grows up with his father, Jax Teller, being the president of the Sons of Anarchy Motorcycle Club. There are child actors and they just go on and on. They were in Modern Family. They were in Mad Men. I don't know why they hate these kids so much.
The kids from, that's not fair. I mean, yeah, we're talking little kids. These kids are like 4 and 5. Fuck. All right.
There, yeah. It's number 6 is Tori Spelling.
Yes, good. Yeah.
Yeah, she's terrible.
Was she anyone worse? Was she worse than anyone else on 90210? I mean,
no, they were all kind of crap.
Some of the other ones could at least act and got their job by auditioning, not by having their daddy be the producer.
Was he?
Yeah, Aaron Spelling.
Oh, huh. Okay, number 5 is Steven Seagal.
I want to say bullshit because I like his movies, but they're not wrong.
His later movies are definitely accurate.
Yeah, definitely. Fair enough.
He's not a terribly good actor. But again, these are all people that are like, yeah, okay, these are mainstream Hollywood people. These are not bad actors. These are just people that are like not that great.
Yeah. Number 4 is Jeffrey Donovan.
I don't know who that is.
Burn Notice was a great show that aired on the USA Network for 7 seasons. It centered around a spy, Michael Western, who got burned and dumped in Miami.
He's a decent actor. He was good in Blair Witch Book of Shadows.
What's his name? Jeffrey what?
Donovan. He's the guy you'll know him if you see him.
Oh, yeah, I do know him. I couldn't say anything about his acting, though. I've just seen him around.
He was fine in that show, and I don't know what they're talking about. He's not that bad.
Oh, I wasn't listening. He was in Burn Notice?
Yeah.
I didn't mind that show. That was all right.
Yeah, see? He's okay.
Yeah. All right.
I'd rather he get the roles than Nick Cage.
Fair enough.
Number 3 is Kat Dennings. Now,
that I'll agree with.
Now, I like Kat Dennings for the obvious reasons why I like Kat Dennings. It's
boobs.
It's the boobs and the pouty lips and the come hither and butt stuff will follow look.
Yeah, that look that she took a big inhale of Smilex gas.
I just think she's hot. That's what it comes down to. I just think she's hot as fuck. So
I think she's hot, but I also like her on Two Broke Girls. That show is directed horribly, so I can't say that it's the actors.
Yeah, the picture is her from Two Broke Girls. Why didn't they throw up one of the pictures that I put on the 10 hottest women in the MCU films? Because she was on that list. Go to my channel and check out that video I did with Lebo Jones.
What video is she in? Or what movie?
Thor.
Okay.
And Thor 2.
Yeah, I think she's overrated. I don't find her attractive. I think she smiles like the Joker. And,
but every photo that I used of her when I was talking about her, they weren't, like honey. your assets, show them off, because when she's on the red carpet, she's got some serious dresses working.
Yeah, see, I'm not a big boob guy either, so I don't find her attractive.
For me, it's not the boobs, it's her face. You're right. Her mouth, it's not perfect. It is kind of jokery, but there's something about it I like that I want to put my dick in there. And I like her eyes.
Mew Mew. What's Mew Mew? Okay, that was a funny line. It was.
Dangerous asked why they didn't put her fappening picture in this article.
Wait, there's a fappening picture of her?
You haven't seen her fat, man. You got to check that gravity.
Oh, shit.
That girl. Yeah.
Hang on.
There's some anti-gravity business happening because there's still.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
It's something, huh?
Dear God. Yeah. Wow. That one with her smoking. Damn.
I just don't find her that attractive.
She doesn't have a thigh gap. You're fine. You don't have to explain beyond that.
Yeah, she's a thick girl. There's no question. I mean, number 2 is Beth Bears. That's the other girl from Two Broke Girls.
Oh, yeah, she's bad.
They're both awful. I'd rather have the blonde than the brunette, though.
That's because she's built like a stick.
Yeah.
Built to last.
She's built to break. What are you talking about?
No, she bends like the bamboo tree.
Prick on a String says, let's see. Not the fappening picture. No, that's not going to happen.
We can't. Sorry.
You'd have to monkey face the hell out of all parts of that picture. Number 1. Any guesses?
Number 1.
Well,
if it's not.
Here's a hint. Let's see. It's a vague hint. I want to see if you guys can get it.
I was going to say the Kumite guy.
Talk us
Who?
off.
From the guy from Bloodsport.
Okay.
I can't remember his name, but his nickname's the Muscles from Brussels. What the fuck's his name?
Van Damme.
Van Damme.
Jean-Claude.
Really,
guys?
Well, it must not be him because Polly couldn't remember the name. What's the hint?
The hint is the photograph that they use for him, right, is from the only movie where he plays a believable guy, because he's pretty much playing himself in this role.
Mickey Rourke?
Jim Carrey.
Well, okay.
Nick Cage?
No.
We have too many guesses.
Keanu Reeves. And the picture's from Point Break.
Keanu? No. Look, Keanu was fucking awesome in Bill and Ted. And yes, look, he's the same guy all the time. It's okay. Bill and Ted and...
you don't think Bill and Ted was a little bit... I picture Keanu as... what was his name? Jake Omaha in Point Break.
Yeah, Point Break is one of my favorite movies, man.
Well, that's the photograph. It's from Point Break, and that's the only role I ever found him believable, because he's like, whoa, and he is that guy.
I'm not a huge fan of Keanu Reeves. I think he's pretty easily replaced, but I don't mind him so much anymore.
Keanu's on this, and Jean-Claude Van Damme isn't.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Somebody that doesn't watch enough movies wrote this list.
Midnight Exile. Thank you. Johnny Utah. What did I say? Jake Omaha.
Jake Omaha. Yeah, that's his brother. That's his cousin.
Well, John Wick, of course, like functional and atheist icon. Yeah, because he's playing like stripped down, very deadly serious guy, and like all of a sudden he just fills that role like a motherfucker. Yeah, he's great.
He's just brooding Keanu in that. It's okay.
I wouldn't say he's brooding. He's more brooding as Neo than he is as John Wick. As John Wick, he's fucking murderous and serious.
But how was functional? Who are the retards that made this list?
Yeah, they're horrible.
The fact that you had the 2 broke girls one after another, like, this is just a bullshit list, because
this is somebody who hates things.
Yeah, this somebody just really hates that fucking sitcom and decided to put them both near the top, right?
Yeah, because even bad actors can be fun. Like Udo Kier isn't on this, really? He was in Andy Warhol's Frankenstein.
Bear says Polly wrote this. Good morning, Bear. If you notice, he also had 2 actors from Baywatch.
That's true.
This is somebody who has certain things that they hate, and they just named actors from that. The most noticeable actors, because Hoff and Titty Girl are the most notable actors from that show. Yeah, this is a dumbass. I hate people.
Kat Dennings, her real last name is Litwack, and both her parents are Jewish, but it's a good thing she didn't get her mother's last name, Schatz.
Oh, Cat Schatz.
Yeah, her name is Catherine Schatz. Her name is Catherine Victoria Litwack. It's that kills me. Schatz, that's horrible.
I typed in Kat Dennings naked and it said, "Did you mean Kat Dennings nude?" No, I meant naked. Why are you fucking asking me things like that? How dare you?
P-Dog makes a good point. Kirk Cameron's not on the list.
That's fair. There's a lot of people who should be on that list, but above some of those. Seriously, I'm offended for Rob Schneider because again, he's in bad movies, but he does his job in those bad movies. Yeah, and I really am surprised somebody like Jim Carrey's not on there. Yeah, I was ready to defend him.
Well, I don't know if Jim Carrey's a bad actor, but my God, is he a grating fucking actor? I listen to that guy talk, just nails on a fucking chalkboard, man. Whew.
He can be a good actor in his serious roles. And Ace Ventura, the original one, is still one of my favorite movies ever. I fucking love that movie. The second one is A Crime Against Humanity. And I know people who like that. I'm like, how? Do you get really fucking drunk first?
You should go to Kat Dennings' website and read some of the stuff that she posts. It's like,
she has a website?
Yeah. You ready for this?
It's hot, man.
Check this out. Dear scientists, I feel like the insane advancement in robot technology is a real bad move on your part. Soon our entire planet will turn into a movie starring Will Smith. Only it will be a robot version of Will Smith, because the actual Will Smith will have expected this and moved his family to Mars Dome. It won't be a great movie. It will be real. Tonight I saw a video of two robots with humanoid heads kissing. Romantic? No. Hideous and scary and will haunt my nightmares? Yes. When will it be enough? Technology scientists? We are doomed. Love, Kat.
She's dumb too.
I don't know what you're talking about, what she's talking about, but that's okay. What's the name of her website, man?
CatDennings.com.
CatDennings.com. All right, let's. Does she have pictures up there?
Nah, it's all of her insane. Well, there's pictures of her like at home with her cats.
Her and Stacey Dash in a threesome would be awesome. I want to be. I want to be the meat in that sandwich.
Hold on, is that a fake photo?
Just let it happen.
Oh, it is.
No bueno. Oh, that's the one you just read.
Yeah.
You know your Kat Dennings when you rifle through your cabinet saying, "Damn it, where are my novelty cups?" and you are deadly serious. What the fuck? You've eaten so much dry seaweed, your mom says you'll get iodine poisoning. You find yourself saying, "She's crazy too." Fuck. This is my. Oh. Look at her, man. She's crazy and stupid and beautiful. Yeah, that's a beautiful woman. Look, guys, I think she's single. Somebody go nail her and tell me how it feels. I can't do it. I'm married.
Cavernous. All right, let me give you my brief rundown of just some.
That was iodine. My bad. It looked like an L. Anyway.
I want to give a brief rundown of some actors I find way more horrible than this.
Please do.
Most of them are from the 80s. So Udo Kier, he was in Dracula 3000 and Flesh for Frankenstein, which was Andy Warhol's Frankenstein. He was also in one of the Command & Conquer video games. He did a voice in that. And he was in what was it? One of the Underworld movies. He was in Blade. You would know him if you saw him. Not a good actor. Very forgettable. But you've seen him in tons of stuff.
What was his name?
Udo Kier.
Udo. UDO?
UDO Kier.
Okay, here he is. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I do know. Wasn't he? Oh, God. The fuck did I know him from?
He likes to play vampires a lot.
Anyhow, go ahead. Stop drinking your ice.
Sorry. I'm just looking at the Kat Dennings fappening pictures. Fucking
God,
hell.
she is beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Fuck you, Newton. Gravity obviously doesn't work everywhere. I mean, Jesus.
Oh, the creator of Ugly Betty killed himself. Newsflash.
Who didn't see that coming?
Right.
Anyway,
Next up, we have Peter and David Paul. They played barbarians, and they were in the movie Double Trouble. They're twins.
Wait. What are their names? Peter and what?
Peter and David Paul.
If they're who I'm thinking of, we're gonna have to fight, Jack.
They were.
Oh no, okay, they're not the ones. Wait.
Twin sitters. I think they were in Hawk the Slayer as well, which is a classic.
How dare you, sir? These are the guys from the movie The Barbarians. I fucking love that movie.
I'm good with that. That movie is fucking awful.
That movie's awesome.
No, it's fucking stupid.
The beautiful girl, I don't even know her name, with the belly button jewel. Oh,
Eva LaRue.
Alex is just wrong. Underworld movies are dog shit.
No,
they've got Kate Beckinsale in tight leather. They're fine.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of bad movies, and this movie sucked. I'm sorry, Monkey.
No, you're just wrong. You're wrong. How dare you?
Next up, I would have to go with Robert Zadar.
Robert Zadar is a fucking legend of B films. How can you hate him?
But that doesn't make him a good actor.
Do you know a Monkey?
Who?
From the villain from Tango and Cash with the big old jaw.
What? No, he's right. He's right on that one.
Yeah.
He's right.
I like these movies. Return to Frogtown is a classic, but the guy's a terrible actor. And he's dead now, so he can't get mad at me. Let's see. Next up, what?
This is what made Barbarian. How dare you insult Barbarians? Look at this. This is from Look at that.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. Man, that doesn't make her a good movie.
Just let it happen, Jack.
Yeah, the chick from Nymphoid Barbarian and Dinosaur Hell was cute too, but that doesn't make that a good movie either.
Why the fuck would you even watch that?
I own it. I own most of the Trauma collection. Let's be honest. God.
Alex says, Underworld is objectively dog shit. To disagree with me is hateful. Call me hateful, my friend. Underworld is amazing. I love that movie. I love all of them, actually.
And my next choice would be Richard Lynch, who is a quintessential 80s actor, but he's not that good.
I know that name.
Oh, you'll know tons of his stuff. He was in Invasion USA. He was in one of the Halloween movies.
Oh, I know him. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the man is brilliant. He's been in tons of stuff, but he's not a good actor. He was in a lot of stuff from the 80s. Total Force. Yeah. I like his movies. Sword and the Sorcerer is a fucking classic, but he's a bad movie actor.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Brian Ben. He was in the Radioland Murders and I Come in Peace. Also,
was he the alien?
No, he was the sidekick cop.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So overrated, though. Not a terribly good actor. He was on some episodes of Matlock.
Oh, I know. You didn't like him. Oh, I didn't think he was horrible.
He's not a good actor. He's kind of
was he the guy from the HBO show Dream On?
Yes.
Oh, you're harsh, Jack.
I am. I'm a monster.
You just don't like his thigh gap. Okay, who else?
And then I would go with Paul Reiser.
Really? Paul Reiser?
Fair enough. I'm not going to argue with you on that one.
the scumbag corporate guy in Aliens?
Yep.
But you didn't like him in that role? I did. He was a great scumbag.
He's a great scumbag, but that just seemed like he just showed up and didn't know he was in a movie.
I love the show Mad About You. But that a lot of that came from the fact that I was going through a lot of the stuff they were talking about because I was recently married at that time. I also liked him on My Two Dads. You're harsh, man. He wasn't a good actor, though. You're right. What is he doing these days?
He's doing Mad About You again for Spectrum TV.
Oh, that's right. They redid that. I forgot that.
Yeah.
How can they do that? They already, at their final episode, they told us what happens in the future.
Apparently they lied.
Huh.
I don't know. What did happen in the final episode, I don't know.
They broke up. They had broken up, and
What?
their daughter tries
Really?
to get them back together. Yeah, she's all like trying to get them back together. It was that bitchy kid, the girl who played the daughter in The Last Boy Scout plays the daughter in that, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
He was all right and Mad About You. Yeah, I mean, Mad About You it was a sitcom. It's not hard to do that. Unless you're the skinny chick from Two Broke Girls. God, she's horrible. God, she's horrible. I still like that show.
I would also add Brigitte Nielsen.
That's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, she actually like straight up like in acting ability.
Well,
yeah, you're right. She's fucking terrible. Like Beverly Hills Cop 2, it's just if it wasn't an over the top line where everyone's delivering like terrible lines. What's the guy's name from Quantum Leap that was playing the bad guy from the Gun Club and he's Al from Quantum Leap.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Stockwell.
Dean
Stockwell, yeah,
Dean Stockwell. I mean, you see him acting next to Brigitte Nielsen in Beverly Hills Cop 2, and it's like, okay, one of these people knows their job. The other one,
well, Dolph Lundgren made her look bad in Rocky IV, and he had like 3 lines in the whole goddamn movie, and he's a horrible actor.
Well, yeah, but I mean, she's doing what she's supposed to do, which is be 6'2" and blonde, you know.
Yeah, and smoke that cigarette.
Mm.
I love that scene where she smokes that cigarette. Good morning, Alex.
Am I coming through?
You are now, sir.
Good. Fucking piece of shit. Good morning, gentlemen.
How are you, my friend?
Morning.
I'm gradually becoming more and more triggered as you judge the basis of what a good movie is based on
You're British. How would you
leather-wearing
know?
lady. Kate Beckinsale's British, motherfucker.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
not
we
a
made
good
her
actress.
good.
I
She's not a
don't.
good actress.
How dare you.
Underworld is not a good movie.
Underworld is a great movie. You're
No,
right.
it's
It's not good.
It's not a good fucking movie. None of
She's
them are
running
good.
around in
Shit.
tight leather. Oh, dude.
That is not the basis of a good movie.
Shh, 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 shh.
I-
Just
No,
let it
no,
happen.
no.
I'm
Don't
with Alex.
shush me,
Shh,
motherfucker.
shh,
No,
just let it happen.
no.
Just
Don't
let
shush
it
me.
happen.
No, not letting it happen. Not
Just let
today.
it happen.
Not today,
You're wrong.
motherfucker.
You're wrong.
No,
it's not.
I'm objectively correct.
It's not a good movie, but it's a fun movie. It doesn't just because it's a bad movie doesn't mean that it's not worth watching.
Midnight in Exile says that was rubber, not leather. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It was black and tight. That's all I cared about.
Hashtag kick bear. Well, I don't know who that is, so they'll be kicking someone that doesn't exist, I guess.
We have a difference of opinion. Give me a 1 in chat if you thought Underworld was a good movie. 2 if you thought it was a bad movie. 3 if you have no taste and didn't watch it at all. No, I actually like Underworld. I really do, and I actually like the first 3. I haven't seen the 4th one yet. I have them all. I bought a set at Walmart for like $10, and it has all of them on there, including the newest one.
How many are there? 4?
I believe so. There's either 4 or 5 now. Yeah.
They're going too far, like they did with Resident Evil. So the first Resident Evil movie was a good movie. Then the second one was, okay, I can watch this on a Sunday when I'm hungover type movie. And then the one in the desert, which I can't remember which one that was, but they had a guy armed with an SA-80 of all rifles and trying to make out it was a fucking sniper rifle. And that just ruined the entire thing for me. No.
Brown Coat Boys says, I just want to screw Kate. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I believe the ones have it in the chat, but yeah, Jack's right. It's a fun movie. So for me, it was good enough. I understand if you didn't like it. There's some bad acting. There's some overacting in that movie. The first one.
No. To me, it just look. Hot English woman in tight rubber with guns. That's all I remember from those films, and I was totally okay with that. But it's like the same reason Natalie Portman keeps getting hired. It's because she's pretty. It's not because she can act.
She needs boobs.
I liked Underworld, especially the third movie. That's when where they go back in time, right? Where we see what happened with Lucian and all that. We already know the entire story of that movie, and it was still interesting to me. And that's the sign of being able to make a good movie. So I like that one. Underworld was okay. Kate smashed. Yeah, Kate is fucking hot, man. I like Kate. Whew. Bear, why don't you like good movies?
You know, you are the dirtiest motherfucker when it comes to arguing. You know that, right?
Well, how am I dirty? What was dirty about that?
The way you structured the. Why don't you like good movies?
I feel like that's a fair question.
That's a bullshit fucking form of structuring something.
I feel like you're taking that a little too personal.
Why do you like shit movies, Monkey?
I don't like shit movies. I like good movies, man.
If you say so.
See, it's an easy question to answer. You tried to set me up. I just
So here's the thing, right? The Black Sheep. You've seen that, right?
Black Sheep. But what's his name? The fat guy.
What?
Which version of Black Sheep?
The zombie fucking sheep, New Zealand.
New Zealand.
From New Zealand.
No, I've never seen that. Real quick, Frank Hubbard, thank you. Kate Beckinsale is a great actress. I agree with you. I couldn't tell you how good of an actress she is, but god damn, she's hot.
Oh my god, I just went down a dark rabbit hole and found out that Cellar Dwellers on Blu-ray. I need to buy that.
When you say Black Sheep, I was thinking of who's the fat guy? Chris Farley. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the shitty New Zealand zombie sheep movie. You've seen that, I'm sure you have.
No, I haven't. Why?
He lives a very sheltered life.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, I feel like you'd actually really enjoy that because it's a dog shit movie, but it's a dog shit movie that you can enjoy.
I'll have to check. Yeah, I've never seen that. I don't watch things from New Zealand. Why would I?
Well,
the last thing I saw from New Zealand was a mosque shooting.
That's sad.
Too soon?
No,
I actually haven't seen that shit.
It's a new year. You're allowed to. It's a new decade. You're allowed to say whatever you goddamn want. But
no, I actually haven't seen that because I don't want to see people die. But anyhow, the closest I've come to seeing somebody die was that Texas shooting because that was just funny.
Have you ever seen Kate Beckinsale naked?
There's pictures of Kate Beckinsale naked.
No, there's a movie she's in with Nathan Quinn called The Haunted, and she's full frontal in that.
Is she wet? Because she really does well when she's wet.
She's got great little. She was pretty young at the time, like 20, 21, somewhere in there. But yeah, it was a very delightful image to see. It was a decent movie too.
Oh my. Kate, you dirty, dirty girl. Why are you looking at me like that, Kate? Why are you look? Her nipples look good too, man.
Yeah.
People got to stop talking about naked women with fucking weird nipples. I want to see weird nipples.
Who's got weird nipples?
There was a picture of somebody sent me. It was Evil One sent me a picture of this Asian girl, and her nipples look like tops, man. Here, I'll send you the picture, Bear.
I'm not sure I want to see it.
No, it's okay. You'll be fine.
It's like the Ring video. You have to share it around.
Yeah, because if I don't, my nipples will turn into that.
Are your nipples already not like an inch long each?
No, my nipples are pretty, man.
I don't know, man. Like the amount of abuse that you've subjected them to through the nipple streams.
I'm not gonna lie. There's times have been actually purple. She is bruised. I don't bruise very easily. All my falls down the stairs, I've never gotten a bruise from that. There was one time I was trying to help get a car unstuck, and we put a 2x4 under the front tire, and it was a front wheel drive car. And I was standing in front and went to push it, and I didn't realize where I was. And the fucking 2x4 shot out and hit me in the shin. No bruise. I don't bruise very easy. This woman has bruised my nipples.
Yeah, she's aggressive.
She's a little aggressive.
She does it with purpose.
She likes it. She's a mean woman.
Yeah, I get that feeling.
All right, let's see. We're gonna save this. What file name should I give this as? Save as
back in
top nipples. Oh, this is gonna be in my save file. I gotta be careful not to show that around. Not that I mind that, sharing it, but I don't want it to be seen on my screen. All right, let's see.
That attitude.
I know, right? Well, there's some stuff in here that I got to be careful. I make sure I don't actually show my screens. All right, Bear, it's on its way to you with my slow ass internet.
Okay.
Weird, man. I wish there was a way I could show the audience.
Yeah, they are pretty weird.
See, they look like a child's top. You should be able to pull that off and spin it.
Yeah, you should. I feel like I need to put those in the microwave to ensure that they're germ free.
Yeah, those don't look right.
No, they're very shiny. Very shiny. Mm.
Indeed. Ricky Gervais is from your country. I'd like to thank you for what he did the other night.
I heard he's been throwing shade around.
He fucking ripped Hollywood a new ass, and they paid him to do it.
What exactly did he say? Because I've seen like Tim Pool and that sucking up to him.
There was a lot of shit. A lot of shade he threw at him. What was the Epstein thing he said to him?
He didn't kill himself, just like Epstein or something like that.
Yeah. He's talking about the new show he's on, and he's, the guy didn't kill himself, just like Epstein. And the audience starts going, "Oh!" And he goes, "You were the friends with him. Sorry, you had to fly in on your own planes."
Oh dear.
Fuck. The Bird Box line was beautiful. He's talking about Sandra Bullock's Bird Box movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, it's a movie where people have to close their eyes so they don't see evil, just like you guys did with Harvey Weinstein. He was brutal, man. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Good.
It's pissed off a lot of people, though.
Good.
Are you a fan of Ricky?
It depends, really. It really does depend. He's very hit and miss with me.
Yeah, I would say that too. I've seen some of his stand-up that I really, really enjoy, and some of it was kind of boring. And I watched the British Office with him, and he was great in that. And I watched some other show, and it was like, oh God, this seems just so British. It bored the shit out of me.
Yeah, he's very hit and miss, and you have a super chat there.
Snubber, thank you. Goes, we were gonna do a in memoriam, goddamn, this year, but it wasn't diverse enough. Yeah, he actually called the Hollywood Foreign Press racist.
Oh, really?
It was fucking great. He said, yeah, they wouldn't do the in memoriam because there weren't enough people of color in it. He said it wasn't diverse enough, so it wasn't, not on my watch. He said it was beautiful. Oh, Ricky.
Good. It does make me laugh though, because I did notice some contradictions, some hypocrisy from people who were screeching at celebrities to not have opinions and then praise Ricky Gervais in the next breath.
Well, one of the things at the end of his opening monologue, he actually tells them not to get up there and give political speeches because he says, look, the companies you work for, what is it? Apple, Amazon, and I forget the other one he names. He goes, if ISIS came out with a television network, you would run to your agents to get a show on there. So don't get up here and preach your politics. Just accept your award. Thank your agent. Thank your God. Because you guys don't have any idea what it's like to be a regular person. So stop it. It was fucking awesome, dude. You should find a clip and watch it. It was really good. Yeah. I hope he gets Man of the Year next year for that fucking thing. Was it them just throwing it in our face? I don't know what we're talking about. They are actors. Well, look, they still got up there and did it. They did it. Jennifer Aniston did it with the fucking Australian fires. She gets up there. The Australian fires are horrible, and it's because of global warming. No, it's not.
Well,
no, it's not.
Australia is hot as fuck.
Maybe it's because all those arsonists are part of a group called global warming.
Well, I don't know if you guys watched it, but Paul Joseph Watson released a video on this yesterday. And
no, I don't watch him. I find him detestable at times.
Oh, I love Paul. Paul can be funny. He can also be an asshole. You're right. His video on depression, he should take it down and apologize to people for.
He's also the fucking fun police. But yeah, please continue.
Oh, he can be. Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. But in this case, he's talking about the fires, and he actually plays a video from somebody in Australia who's mad as fuck. This little Australian dude is mad as fuck. And this guy goes off. He's like, the problem is we don't have fire lines, and you guys are doing your burnings during the summer instead of the winter. You're not cleaning up the brush and just going over all of the things that we've talked about so many times when it comes to forestry that liberals have stopped people from doing properly, and it's burning the goddamn country down. I do wonder how this is affecting the feral cats. I feel bad for those guys.
Yeah, feel bad for feral cats. Don't feel bad for koalas because fuck koalas.
Fuck koalas. Those they give. Isn't it syphilis that they have?
I think it's chlamydia.
Is it the clap? Yeah.
And they're also fucking stupid. I obviously, guys, I did read the Reddit post about koalas, and it made me fucking laugh my ass off. I read it at work, and my colleague was like, "What the fuck are you laughing at?" I was just sat there going, "This is fucking koalas." But then it made me think about other animals that don't deserve to continue living, like otters, for example.
Oh,
yeah.
Shade, yeah. Real quick. Hi, Vanilla Bear. How you doing, sweetheart? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
These cute animals that we love so much, but they're fucking like they do things that we put humans in prison for, like rape, for example. Yeah. Otters are rapists.
So it's a sad day when Irate Alex is repeating the talking points of fucking Vox. Wow.
I believe it's a right-wing conspiracy.
Yeah. Fuck otters and dolphins. Especially the dolphins are more than just rapists as well. They're straight up bullies.
Yeah.
They gang up on baby orcas and beat them to death.
Yeah, but it's kind of fun to watch. I also like watching the orcas throw seals into the air.
Yeah. Well, seals are arseholes as well, so they
they deserve it.
Yeah.
Fuck them all. Let's just clean out the sea. They put shit in our water.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a penguin shit before?
I have not.
I had I went to London Zoo. It was my second time there, right? And it just poos. It sprays liquid like a fucking fire hose out of his ass.
Greed. Thank you so much. It says, I get what Alex says about Paul Joseph Watson. He does seem like the person who doesn't look before crossing the road. Paul Joseph Watson's videos are sort of hit and miss, in my opinion. Well, what Bear was talking about, like the fun police shit, like how he lost his shit over the girls doing the twerking class.
Yeah.
Like, calm down, dude.
Yeah.
That was
the left. Shut up.
It was a beautiful video, man. Even white girls with no butts were trying it. It was awesome. It's bringing people together.
Exactly. It's enjoyable, thoroughly enjoyable. The left. No, like Paul Joseph Watson sees one person who identifies as a progressive doing something, and it's the left is now doing this. Shut the fuck up.
Well, he's sensational because that's his job, and I get that. You're not wrong. Again, he hit or miss for me, but I do like a lot of his stuff. And then there's a lot of oh, come on, dude. Come on. I actually got blamed that the video where the chick fills up a glass with her ass.
I love that video.
It's like, you only dislike this because Paul Joseph Watson told you not to. Like, no, I dislike it because that she just got ass juice all over that glass. You don't know when she farted last.
Exactly.
Some nasty shit, man.
Saki, what would you do? Rather drink water? It's like James Colley's got it right. It's Monkey in the Morning's PSA. Don't drink water. Fish have sex in it.
They do. There's fish sperm in there.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Yes, Michelle Williams said that she wouldn't have won if she hadn't aborted a baby. Many, many years ago, she aborted a child, and that allowed her to become a famous actress.
Yeah, it was part of her pact with Satan.
You must sacrifice a child. Yeah. Midnight Exile says, oh, that gross. Yeah, that chick who filled up the glass with her butt. That's nasty. That's fucking nasty.
I have a question for the Americans.
Please bring it on.
I finished streaming on Twitch last night. Was playing a bit of Subnautica, and I was went for my pre-bedtime poo, and I opened up Twitter to see that World War III was kicking off again.
Yes.
What the fuck's going on?
Yesterday, Iran fired a whole bunch of missiles. Is that what they were? They fired missiles at 2 bases in Iraq where we have American soldiers. They missed everybody, but
it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it is.
This American soldier just stood there going, "The fuck?" with his arms up, like what? What was that?
Yeah, it's like, oh look, the Russians are firing crappy. I'm sorry, the Iranians are firing crappy Russian-made missiles at us, and they did shit.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. So our president is supposed to come out sometime today with a statement about, how we're going to move forward. A lot of people are expecting him to go nuts and fire a bunch of missiles back, but I don't think he's going to. Nobody got killed, or at least that we know.
Okay. I just really like the idea of this, 22-year US Army veteran. He's stone-faced, real mean looking. He's just stood there as the missiles come flying in, and he doesn't even fucking flinch at any of them going off. And then he just, he's chewing tobacco, and spits it out. It comes out with some badass quote. Fucking Iranians, shitbags.
Yeah, so is it still trending? What's going on Twitter over here?
British Twitter's weird, because you tend to get a lot of the American trends in there, but you also get the weird British trends as well. Like all is well in caps right now. I don't know.
The number one thing trending on my Twitter, this should be in US, is I voted for Hillary.
Really?
So you actually wanted World War III back in the Syria situation. Beautiful.
British all is well is people basically making memes about the rockets being fired, and it's Trump like going, everything's okay, guys. This is okay type memes. Then it's hashtag no war with Iran, and then hashtag ruin 2020 in 4 words.
Yeah, I saw a hashtag ruin 2020, but let's see. Mine is I voted for Hillary Clinton, then first BTS MV. I don't know what that is. That's some K-pop shit. Ruin 2020 in 4 words. We love you, Hosek. That's another K-pop thing. Why is K-pop trending on my lists?
Is America's new weapon K-pop?
Apparently. Send that shit over there. They'll be like, we surrender.
No, they'll be like, this is awesome.
I'll turn Iranians into fucking K-pop stans. Mate, nobody needs that.
No, they already hate everybody. So
yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
K-pop stans are aggravating enough as it is.
Well, they're an angry bunch too.
They are. I mean, I had one angry at me because I said, that I feel like I'd get attacked for saying that I like K-pop.
They're monsters.
They are the evil.
You guys know Benjamin Boyce. His channel does a lot of stuff about Evergreen State University.
I know the name. I'm not sure that I could pick him out of a crowd.
No, fair enough. Just over on his channel, I'm sub to him because he does a lot of like campus stuff, and I got to respect that he's kept up the material where it's like, because he got a degree from there, and he saw his degree turn into a fucking ridiculous joke because of the fact that it's got Evergreen State on it and all the insane social justice crap that they pull, right? And he's very even-handed with them, like in the sense that, yeah, he's talking about it, and people send him stuff that they don't want him to have, and he's got more viewers than that. I mean, he is a real thorn in the side of Evergreen State, particularly because he is so even-handed, just saying, look, this is what they're up to there, and it's full retard. He put up a video that was posted on their website, and they took it down almost immediately, and he had to fill out a FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act request, and he eventually got access to it. It's the Women of Color Legislators panel from Evergreen State, and women of color, and women is spelled WOMXN.
Oh dear fuck.
And my college, we had women to women, and there was no E, it was a Y.
Right. So I've seen the Y, like women. This is WOMXN, which is a new one. I haven't seen that before.
Womixen?
Wimixen.
I guess that's because they're like Latinx. They want to include the non-binaries and all that.
That is what I thought as well. This has got to be a nod to Latinx, was what I thought. But in the first 45 seconds, okay, which included the opening credits crawl of this was recorded on such and such a date, the text that comes up, and then a really unfortunate looking cat lady who's shaped like a pear walks out and says, "Hi, I'm so-and-so from the Office of Equity and Inclusion. And this is my name. I forget it. My pronouns are she, her. And before we get started, I'd like to begin with a land acknowledgement."
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, with the what?
A land. The Evergreen State is on occupied land, stolen land from the Indian tribes. And she pulls out a card and reads off the following tribes, blah, blah, blah. And Evergreen State is occupying their stolen land. And we would like to acknowledge that we are here and we are, we have a responsibility because we're on stolen land to, I don't know, signal our virtue that we're recognizing it or whatever, but it's called a land acknowledgement.
A buddy of mine saw this in a training video at his new job.
I mean, it was 45 seconds. The Wimixon of Color Legislators panel. Here's my pronouns and here's a land acknowledgement. And it was less than a minute, man. I got nothing. Scribe would love this video. This is his meat and potatoes right here.
I think I accidentally put there we go. Guys, that link I just put in chat, that is for Ranting Monkey Games. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. Also, I'm going to throw my Streamlabs link. Don't forget to support the gentleman on the dais with me. If you enjoy the show, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and throw money at it. Throw pennies as hard as you can.
Toss a coin to your monkey.
Shay says, "Love you, monkey. Thanks. I love you back." I love my audience. They're the greatest people in the world.
Both Dangerous Spaces and Gokado both said, "Yeah, we do that in Australian government things constantly and so forth." And it's like, yeah, we do that everywhere in Australia. We acknowledge the Aboriginal tribe, etc. I've actually seen that now that they've mentioned that. And there's a lot of we want to replace Australia Day, the incorporation of Australia as a separate sovereign country, with Aboriginal Pride Day or whatever the fuck. I saw some local leaders saying that. And it was just, wow, to have to put up with that crap, like on an entire continent / country, as opposed to just, on some college campus. That's got to be rough. This is what happens when SJWs take over. Every State of the Union speech would begin with a land acknowledgement.
Yeah. Here's my land acknowledgement. Y'all fucking lost. Did you get fucked over? Sure. But go back to your casinos and have fun. There's my acknowledgement. I don't care who used to own this land. We do now.
Stop sleeping in the streets, for Christ's sake.
Here you go. Take it back. Try it, pussy. There you go. There's my land acknowledgement. Take it back, pussy.
And Ryan Walters makes the point that I wish was more clear. It's like, how far do they want to go back in recognition of ownership? All the tribes that conquered and enslaved all of each other. Yeah, I mean, it's Mexico's like that. It's like the American border spread over Mexico. It's actually their land, which was taken from Indians. So what
Indians were very kind and nice, and they had herbal supplements that would cure everything. They loved each other. They didn't believe in ownership at all.
Yeah, they were noble communists.
They were noble people. They were wise beyond their years, and
they didn't have the wheel or the written word in most cases. But
now
that's neither here nor there.
That's a hate fact.
Yes, Hawks were cannibals, but we don't look at that.
No, they were great people that we should be emulating because we're horrible damn Westerners. Bear did this. Did this.
I didn't do anything.
If anybody should apologize to the Indians, it should be the English, because they brought us here. Thank you, Okie Native, who said, "Smoke some more, Monk, and ask how we'll get it back." Look, I don't have a problem with Indians until they start doing, and it's not the Indians who did this. It's these stupid ass rich kids who are like, "I need to feel guilty about something. What did we do to the Indians?" Oh, well, shit.
I mean, Monkey, we both got me, you, and Bear, or Bear, you and I, have a similar beef. Goddamn Indians forcing their nicotine habits on us. We didn't have this problem before they forced their evil weed upon us.
Shit bastard. But hey, they only smoked it for they never did it except for in ceremonies to speak to the gods, to help them with a hunt. Yes. Thank you, Okie Native. Breathe in that delicious cancer smoke. Breathe. I'm doing it. I'm okay. There's just too many of us. White people spread like wildfire when we get someplace new. That's what we do. We land and then we fuck and then we take over. The Turks also stole Greece's land. Look, the history is all about people taking land, for fuck's sake. I'm not apologizing for shit I didn't do. Sorry you lost.
Centuries ago. Like, I mean, literally centuries ago.
Yeah.
I don't, I mean, what in Crowder's last, Steven Crowder's last Change My Mind segment, it was, second last was Thanksgiving isn't racist, change my mind, right? And only, well, there needs to be an acknowledgement. And it's like, but what purpose does it? He goes, okay, I acknowledge it. It was originally an Indian land. Okay, now what? And he didn't even say it meanly. It's just like, okay, I do acknowledge that. And he goes, well, it should really be incorporated. He goes, in what kind of way? What is it you're suggesting? And that's just it. It's the point in saying it is to say it, is to denounce somebody for, well, you need to acknowledge it. Okay, I have. Well, you're not acknowledging it enough. By doing what? What would you have me say? Do you know what the whole point is? You know, it's just to complain and point your moralizing finger at somebody for not doing something. And then when they do it, you'll set a new bar that they have to jump over.
Real quick, Okie Native, thank you. Now I have to go drink some white man fire water. Thank you so much. And Daryl, thank you, who says, read the book Guns, Germs, and Steel.
I have. It's a load of uncited crap.
But thank you for the donation. Eagle says we did not give out smallpox blankets. No, that was the English. They did that, fuckers. How dare you, Bear?
We invented biological warfare.
You're assholes.
That was our shtick.
Yeah, look, I'm not apologizing for shit I didn't do. I don't feel bad about shit I didn't do. Now, there's history in our country that's horrible. And like, yeah, that's a horrible thing that happened. I don't personally feel bad because I didn't fucking do it.
Just for the record, Guns, Germs, and Steel chalks up like, how is it that some societies show up loaded for bear and other societies do not? How is it that, Western European societies spread and expanded in the ways that they did? And the author tries to chalk it all up to grain supply and natural explanations is what it comes down to. The availability of metals for refining, the availability of high caloric content grains, and the fact that certain germs spread in certain patterns and other ways. And so, in other words, it's all naturalistic explanations. Nothing is culturally explainable. Nothing is explained in any other kind of way. And that book is now like required reading. It was for me in the first year of my master's program because, universities love to talk about that. There is no pride in anything that you should have. It's all by accident. If it had been other people with their precisely same culture that had access to the grains and the steel that you did, they would be in the position that the Western world is now in. And it's like, would it though?
Well, I'll acknowledge that. Okay. But it wasn't. So what's the point?
Polly, the point is that all cultures are beautiful.
That is the point in the end. Yes. And they're not though.
They're not. No. Fuck. Yeah. Animal husbandry was a factor. Many people pointed out that the whole, blanket thing was before germ theory was even. Shh, guys, just let it happen. I love that fucking theory. Leave it alone. Let's say we gave him smallpox with blankets. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Look, Jeffrey Amherst. One time this happened. It's not like there was a massive plague that wiped out the gang of them out before we even showed up, and then after we showed up, you make it sound like it was intentional. Oh, the white man brought his diseases. Yeah, intentionally. We planned it out.
No, it's the same reason we have borders now. It's to keep sick people out with germs and shit we don't have.
And Caroline is right. I did try and pull off a drunkle there. That was an homage.
There you go. It's an homage to Drunkle. And it's a good homage to make. He's a good guy. There. You're being quiet about taking over natives.
Well, it's not my thing.
But your country did it.
Well, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. Alex, I know you don't watch a lot of Sargon. You said you haven't, but you might get a kick out of the video where he's responding to a thing 3 days ago, where it's like, I'm not going to apologize anymore for British imperialism. Yeah, We ended the slave trade in Africa. So what? You're welcome. Like, it just went on this long list of, look, here's this other thing that we blockaded. And here's this other thing. But you're better off. You make it sound like it was a bad thing. And after we withdrew, what happened? You know, and it goes on this long list of like, you know, here was this genocide, and here was this other genocide, and then this, and then this. It's like, are we really better off? And now you're under Chinese economic colonialism and no one's complaining. Why? Because it's not the British doing it anymore?
Real quick,
pretty epic.
Okie, thank you so much. He says, I knew we should have set your boats on fire. You should have. You should have. Look, don't just let them in and welcome them and give them turkey. Shit'll go bad. You can't trust somebody invading your country, for fuck's sake.
Which is why we need to put the wall up to stop the Chupacabra invasion.
Indeed, absolutely.
Over on the Streamlabs. Evolved Potato, thank you very much for the $1. One of the earliest examples of biological warfare is Muslims lobbing rotten cows' heads over the walls of the lands where they were conquering in the fucking Middle Ages. That is a disgusting idea. A rotting cow head coming at you over a wall.
We used to do it. The English one, but it was just England, not the UK. We used to do it.
Ugh.
Yeah, they used to do that with plague rats all over Europe. They'd launch plague rats and dead bodies that were plague bodies over the walls of castles.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
Worked.
It did. Yeah, sure.
It's because sieges are difficult. It's just easy to kill them all from the inside if you can.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time to sit around outside and starve them to death.
Exactly.
Repent for your nation's sins. Yeah, you know, Cameron, that's something they want us to do, and I don't feel guilt for things I wasn't a part of.
Well, and the apologies are never enough.
No,
it's a never-ending thing of flogging yourself. No, that you don't get anywhere doing that.
And most of the time we hear it, it's from a bunch of fucking people who you're as guilty as you think I am. Shut up.
Well, really quick, M says, I'm looking at my copy of Guns, Germs, and Steel, and it has a further reading section, which is like a reference section. In the sense that a reference library is a collection of things, yes. But one of the biggest problems that I and a whole bunch of other people had making that a required reading book in an academic environment is that it's not cited. There's no specific footnotes. Where are you getting this stuff from? Oh, well, there's a reference section at the end of the book. I got it from generally in there. That's not an academic work. That's written as a popular edition on purpose, which is why it made it in the New York Times bestseller list for so long, because it's written as a smooth, easy, popular read, and let's not fill the pages with footnotes. Yeah, why would we want to be able to double check your facts like anybody who's an actual historian or political scientist would want you to be able to do? And that was a big issue for all of us. Like, listen, I got to cite the shit out of every single fucking thing I write, but this guy doesn't need to, and now I need to read his stuff as gospel. Fuck that.
Polly, all cultures are beautiful. Just accept it.
I'm letting my personal bias come out. I understand that. I was really perturbed that that book was put upon us. It bugged me.
I'm glad you brought up the New York Times bestseller list because I saw something today from an author I don't follow, but she wrote a book about vaginas, you guys. How to take care of your vagina. I forget the name of it. The pussy book, whatever it is. Is it the Vagina Bible? Something like that. Yeah, okay. Don't ask. All right. It's a bestseller, you guys. But the reason I saw her is because Netflix has given Gwyneth Paltrow a Goop series.
Yeah, right.
Don't do that. Don't give Gwyneth Paltrow anything.
Hold that thought. Thank you, Okie Native. No apologies. We want to continue to be legally protected race in the U.S. and get to have casinos. Speaking of which, gamble more. I need a new boat. Fair enough. Sorry, Bear, what were you going to say?
I completely forgot now.
Something about Goop and Gwyneth Paltrow.
The mention of gambling just made me think of red and black and wanting to put it all on red.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't say red when you're talking to one of our natives, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, they've got red chips.
It's racist.
But they use them in their casinos. I mean, they own the casinos.
Do you know what Goop is, Bear?
I'm not sure if I want to fucking know.
You should look up the promotional graphics for it, Monkey. I only saw them looking at Omegon's video that he posted this morning talking about that Netflix deal that Goop got. It's Gwyneth Paltrow standing in front of a graphic of a giant vagina. It's hilarious.
Yeah, she's actually
Paltrow lives here, doesn't she? In the UK.
What's that?
Gwyneth Paltrow lives in the UK. I think she does. I think she does. She sticks crystals in vaginas, and
they're eggs.
They're eggs. That's not okay.
But no longer claim the medical benefits after getting sued right properly in California and having to withdraw those comments and statements on the Streamlabs. Thank you, Frank, for the $2. I read the difference was the horse, since Euro-Asia had them and developed the wheel and metal for better warfare. The originals that came to the Americas hunted them for food, and then they became extinct, never needing the wheel or metal armor. Yeah, one of the points, I hear you. That was an argument that was raised in terms of like transport and the ability to spread, and then the ability of agrarian societies with wheats and grains that could grow in a number of different environments. And of course, never what was brought in there was the idea of written languages or a really strong oral tradition. They had an oral tradition, but not an extremely strong one. Thus, developments of any kind of invention don't spread any further than you and your 5 buddies in a village that made something. And again, none of the arguments are ever cultural. None of them. They're or religious. They're exclusively natural, if you know what I mean.
I enjoy a good oral tradition.
It has been a while since I've been over to the Goop site, you guys.
Where is it?
What?
Where is it?
Here, I'll throw it in the chat.
Did you see the vagina graphic, Monkey? Did you look it up?
Oh, I've seen it. I just can't find a picture of it.
It sounds like a new type of viral video that a kids channel would make.
Do you want something called Goop associated with your vagina?
Well, I don't have a vagina, but
I know, but I'm asking.
Associated with Vanilla Bear's vagina.
The reason I'm laughing though is they have the Pillow Sex Pillow. For $95, it's a pillow that will help you hit the right angle.
What? What?
Yeah, Bear, you should see they have a set of golden handcuffs for $425.
Why?
Because she's a rich, pretentious bitch.
Yeah,
you can afford it.
Well, it's a luxury brand. They make that very clear, and it's like we're going to take money from
rich stupid people.
Rich stupid people. Yeah, and it's rich women because it's a lot of them are female oriented products.
Tiny girl brain.
Well, yeah.
Keep telling you, tiny girl brains, man.
Tiny girl. She has a $25 or $28 sex oil. This luxurious bedroom oil is made with coconut and sunflower seed oil. It's also infused with vitamin E, evening primrose oil, and rosemary leaf extract. It's the most hydrating, intimate oil we know of, and just the right amount of slippery once applied to skin. Word to the wise, oils compromise the efficiency, is that how you say that? And integrity of latex commons. If you need a lubricant that plays well with latex commons, see the sex gel by somebody else.
Efficacy.
Thank you. I'm not good with some words. It's
okay. I word goodly.
Thank you. Bear, I'm going to name you some of they have different vibrators for sale on here.
Okay.
One of them is called the Romantic Vibrator.
All right.
That one is $89. Then there's the Millionaire Vibrator, which for which costs $55. It's much cheaper than the Romantic one. The next one is the Frenchman Vibrator.
The Frenchman.
The Frenchman.
Just think of cheese and fucking spits at you.
It's really weird. The shape of this thing.
It's all hairy.
It's got a little beret on it.
No, look at this thing. I'm going to put it on the screen.
I don't want this in my internet history.
It's okay. look at the design there.
It looks like a shower head.
The fuck are you supposed to do with that?
Or a shoehorn.
It looks like you're scraping something out.
Is that
why it's called the Frenchman? You're getting the dirty out of you?
Jesus Christ.
No, I like the crystal infused water bottles.
Oh yeah,
$80.
My favorite are the vibrationally endued stickers. The stickers that are like the one for health, that it's got like psychic radiation embedded into the sticker, and you put it on your skin like a nicotine patch. And so different stickers for different things. So if you want to increase like your sexual potency or your happiness or cure you of depression or whatever. Really? A sticker has psychic energy radiating from it? Really?
And we got a couple more vibrators. We have the fireman. and then the tennis coach.
Oh, that's just naughty.
And then I want to show you something. I got to show you guys this one, because this one is my favorite of everything they sell on this site. Look at this bitch. This is the Olga. It is $3,490.
Oh my God.
It is a 24 karat gold vibrator.
Alternatively, guys, you could just have sex.
Or go to your local sex shop and get one for $20. Sad boy, thank you. JonTron talked about Goop. Well, this is our second go at Goop on this channel. Polly, I think you brought it up the first time.
I think we actually collectively did when we were talking about that. Remember, it was the James Harris. What's the weirdo? The makeup weirdo's name?
Oh, James Charles.
James Charles, and
right.
was shilling the stupid gummy bears, and we said, "What the fuck is even in these?" They were sleep aid gummy bears, and they just had melatonin and then a whole bunch of useless herbs in them. And it was like, "This is like Goop." And then we went over to Goop, and
yes, because by the way, she has. Oh, are you kidding? All right,
Can you pawn that vibrator because it's 24 karat gold?
I would imagine so.
I would feel bad for the guy that said the store, like, we deal with coins.
Like this smells like sadness. Goop Wellness, they have some supplements, guys. One of them is called Knock Me Out.
Poor choice of words there.
One of them is called
Bad Abuse.
That's mint chocolate meets melatonin. One is called Perfect Attendance, and it says keep it up. Let's keep what up? Are you talking about your dick?
That's actually quite smart.
Like,
it's for your immune system.
Yeah, but keep it up. Like the whole fucking vibe of the thing is like super rich housewives of wherever the fuck tee innuendo.
Oh, but wait. Because we've agreed that it's like rich old housewives, right? This one is called Nerd Alert.
Oh God!
It's like to mentally help you so you can stay focused while you're gaming, kind of shit. She also has one called High School Jeans, and my favorite, Madam Ovary.
That one's at least kind of clever.
You know who built this entire website, right? Soph. She just sat there laughing her fucking ass off at this bullshit, and she's making a mint from it.
This shit is ridiculous. What's the grocery one? Oh, I don't even care. Oral care. Oh, feminine care. There we go. Feminine care. This should have the eggs. Oh, they have pee-proof panties.
So is that if you dribble afterwards, is it?
I'm guessing that's for women who, because sometimes women they laugh and they pee, right? That's just true. Apparently, after childbirth, that's a thing that happens a lot.
Alex is like, hold on. Vanilla Bear, is that true?
Let's see. This underwear is brilliantly engineered to absorb bladder leaks. The odor-absorbing cloth pad holds up to 8 teaspoons of fluid, and you'll never know it.
That's so specific.
The thin, smooth fabric is stretchy and so comfortable, and even great under form-fitting clothes. So, ladies, you can pee quite a bit in here. That's 8 teaspoons worth.
That's a lot of giggling.
They have a second pair in black.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How much are they?
Well, these ones are $34. The other ones were $37. Oh, this one's period proof. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm doing a reaction stream to this then afterwards.
Built-in thin cloth menstrual pad. You just rinse in the sink at the end of the day and then stick the underwear in the wash with your delicates and hang to dry.
I mean, sorry.
These hip huggers hold about 2 tampons worth of fluid for heavier days. Fuck.
You ever get that not so fresh feeling?
No, panties that just hold it on me.
Woman, Mrs. Come here. I need to show you something.
I can't find the eggs. I can't find the goop eggs.
So, like, Monkeys just made me aware of this website called Goop, right? And they've got all these different lady products on there. Not just the dildos, but they've also got the different panties and stuff. And they've got ones where you can buy panties that can hold not 1, not 2, not 3, but 8. Is it tea or tablespoon?
Teaspoon.
To 8 teaspoons worth of giggle wee in your pants afterwards. Yeah, that's amazing.
No, it's not.
It is.
For you, mate.
I feel like I made this website, but I was asleep.
Well, who was it that mentioned the water bottles?
You're just talking.
Jack.
Jack. Okay. I want to show this.
Have the backer, please. Have the backer. Have the backer, please. Thank you.
Here, this is what Jack was talking about. It's an amethyst. They actually have 2 different versions of this. Amethyst crystal infused water bottle.
It looks like a cock pump.
Well, it's not. It's a water bottle
With a crystal in it.
with a crystal in it. And they had a different one in case that one's not to your liking. They had the smoky quartz. Ooh.
It's only a matter of time until you see someone from Antifa yeet that at somebody in the street.
Man, Far is saying why. Far, we've been over the. Like, I mean, Far is really flipping out over this. And I understand why. Don't get me wrong. But Monkey,
Thank you.
like just like the vagina eggs, right? They're all different crystals because whether they're quartz or amethyst or whatever they are, they vibrate different spiritual properties. Like one vagina eggs to equal out your menstrual cycle, the other ones to fix your depression or whatever the fuck. Like
Well,
they're nonstop on this new age fuckery. I mean, it's.
do you see what's on the screen right now? Psychic vampire repellent.
Yeah, for your energy.
Oh my God, this is amazing. Okay,
And
I'm
then the next one-
scheduling my stream now.
The next one is chill child kid calming mist. Your kid's being a brat, you just apparently spray this shit around them. And they will chill right the fuck out. Oh, they have a crystal clear one.
Mace.
What's that?
That's called mace. Calm down.
Yeah, this is the shit that she's selling. And they gave her a fucking Netflix
special.
series to talk about this.
Yeah, and it's the concept of that Netflix series is to open people's minds to alternative healing and wellness methodologies.
I found
You know
the
what?
page.
Oh, cool,
Go ahead,
cool.
talking. I'm sorry.
Well, it's just that's the whole idea. Is like, in other words, new age garbage. I mean, this stuff has been around since the 70s. This is old, like crystal power. Are you fucking? Yeah, look at that. It's her in a big fucking vagina.
With the tagline, reach new depths.
See what I mean? It's all rich housewife giggly innuendo. Like, oh yeah, I get what they're doing. They're keeping up. It's like a dick. Oh my god, reach new depths, like deep inside my twat. You know,
They didn't put a clit on
Thank
any
you
of
for
them.
pronouncing that correctly, Polly.
twat.
You said twat when you pronounced it this time.
It's not twat.
Did
It's
I?
twat. Stop it.
It's not a no in it.
Monkey. The reason there's no clit is that it was removed by the Muslims.
Oh, gotcha.
So where's those weird dildos?
Well, she does live in Britain, you know. So.
Oh,
Find them.
Barry, scroll up to the top of whatever page you're on. and then
stores, and then the drop
there's
down
one-
menu.
There's it says Cosmic Health. Do you see that?
Oh, Far put the link to the eggs, Monkey,
Here.
in chat.
Oh, I'll get it. Bear, here's the actual link to the page with dildos on. It's in the chat.
Oh, thank you. There's so many things for care. It's really fucking. I'm a guy, like, so the only thing I know is suntan lotion.
Real quick, Far, could you back up one page and give me that link? Because there's an egg. I want the page with all of them.
I'm trying to make a thumbnail to do a reaction stream to this, and I'm trying to not put dildos in it. But
one of the things I didn't talk about, Bear, we talked about last time. There's a Vesper vibrator necklace. Women actually wear a vibrator around their neck, so when they get horny, they just take it off and go to town.
Yeah, that real thin one. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the thin gold one.
Yeah, the vibrator on a chain. Jeez, like it's a little clit stimulator, guys. Like to wear around your neck, because again, housewife tee. Oh my god, I'm wearing a vibrator and everyone can see it. Yeah.
I'll share this one because that's not too dirty. It just looks like a pencil. Yeah, looks great, layered with other necklaces and with whatever you're wearing or not wearing. Look, and there's a chick wearing it. Look how happy she looks.
That almost looks like a fucking bosun's call, a fucking naval whistle. You're about to call the hands like sex oil. Oh my god.
Yeah, but you can have some fun with this. What were you saying, Jack? I'm sorry.
The Luna beads are fun. They're little vibrate. They're like anal beads, but for your hoo-ha.
Oh yeah. Is that the one of all the different crystal types in a row? It's clearly a set of anal beads, though.
No, these are like actual little vibrators kind of strung together.
Wait. What is the fuck? Like, this looks like a vibrator, right? But it's not. It's a V-Fit Intimate Wellness Solution. That's $495. This website's is fucking created on planet bullshit, is what it is. The fuck? What?
Oh damn!
I just want to say, it's like they're ripping off rich people. So I say, by all means, monetize this stupidity, make money off of it, because they are.
The only thing I have a problem with is them lying to people about, the health benefits.
Fuck yeah, that's why they got successfully sued.
But with the way they mention the stuff, like that child spray it around them, and this is a calming mist. They don't promise you it's going to calm them, but it's calming mist. And you spray it around them.
I don't know. You start spraying shit at me, I'm going to get pissed off. But hey, you're selling this crap to anti-vaxxers, so they're already kind of dumb.
Indeed. Yeah, I'm looking through the section that's marked exclusive to Goop, and they haven't. Wow, good God! All right, guys, it's these fuckers.
They've got a podcast as well.
Isabella yellow gold signet ring for $2,140. Look at that ugly piece of shit.
I was going to say, and I like the concept of signet rings are super cool, but that one's ugly as fuck.
Good God. I have to be careful because now I'm scrolling. Yeah, lots of expensive clothing.
Do you know the story behind the name Goop?
She sneezed one time and that's what came out.
No, it was her idea, and that she had heard from one of her internet webmaster, creative online marketing buddy friends, gurus, that well, names with G do very well online. Look at Google. So she went GOOP, Goop.
That's actually pretty smart.
That's not, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It maybe it does or doesn't. If you're selling something called Goop, I mean, you could have called it Glop or just like I don't know, slime. Any old fucking thing, because clearly these idiots were going to buy it no matter what the fuck you called it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, to get the stuff started, that's a good way to do it. Yeah, there's the knock me out pills, the Cosby pills. Jesus fuck.
They're called the knock me out pills, are they?
It's knock me out. I think it's just called knock me out. Yeah. Let's see.
Link that Far gave you for the egg. It says item not available.
Oh, they might be not selling them right now. Occasional Occasional difficulty sleeping is commonplace, and its effects extend beyond the next morning. We wanted a solution we'd actually look forward to taking at the end of a long day when a good night's rest is paramount. Each knock me out chew is formulated not only with melatonin, but also with something I can't say. Wait, is that tryptophan?
Tryptophan, yeah.
L-tryptophan and vitamin B6 to support the body's own production of this sleep hormone. And then there's an asterisk. What's the asterisk for? Where's the where you tell me what that means?
No, let's just assume it means not actual medical advice.
Oh. Bite-sized support for occasional sleepiness. Yeah, see, it's just support. It doesn't promise you. They're so fucking dirty over here, man. Yeah. Lots of stuff you can get if you have a lot of money and nothing to spend it on. By the way, if you're interested in buying anything from Goop, give me the money instead.
Monkey knows how to spend the money better.
I promise you, I could buy a truckload of ramen and it would be better spent than buying anything on that fucking website. But yeah, they're going deeper into Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop. And there's a lot of people who are pissed the fuck off about this because, well, like we said before, they got in trouble because they were promising those vagina eggs would like make your vagina better. And they had no actual medical documentation to prove it. And so they settled a lawsuit instead of going to court over it.
Was it, I forget, was it somebody particularly that sued them, or was it like the Federal Trade Commission of California, particularly whatever the Federal Trade Commission of California particularly was fining them? I forget.
I want to say it was some trade group.
Okay.
I can't remember.
I forget whether it was a payout to people that were suing them or to like a fine. Yeah.
Yeah. It was something like a couple $100,000 they had to pay out. Yeah. It's a Netflix infomercial. You're not wrong.
Far wants to know how they get the eggs out. There's their lanyard attached.
Yeah, yeah.
You use your Kegel muscles and squeeze that fucker out.
Somebody hits you in the head real hard. No, there's a little hole drilled at the top of the egg, and you're supposed to put a string through it. Yeah, you can actually buy those in bulk because I was seriously considering getting monkey eggs, but I'd have to buy them myself and then ship them out. But you can buy those same eggs that she has on here that she claims were exclusive through another site. And yeah, you get all the vagina eggs you want. Much, much cheaper than she was selling them.
Those eggs were larger than I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be quite small, like a quail's egg. Those things are a fucking handful, man. That can't be comfortable to walk around with all day.
Well, that's to keep your vagina muscle. If you can't hold that in, Polly, your pussy's bad.
Yeah, how are you going to get a ping pong ball shot across 50 feet at a Thai strip club if you don't? I mean, there's chicks that can hold 4 and 5 pool cues.
That's right, man. It's made to expand and use those Kegel muscles to hold it in while you walk.
Yeah, you know that number 8 ball ain't going to shoot itself out, Polly.
Plus, if you're Kegling all day, it makes it easier to avoid accidental farts.
It's true. I found an article on the site called Where to Eat, Sleep, and Get a Massage in Zurich, because that happens to me all the time. I'm in Zurich just minding my own, and I'm like, where am I going to get a massage?
Oh, fuck.
I can't believe there's enough people on Earth to support this. Wow. That's crazy.
Look, man, there's rich people with dumb money, man.
Well, it just makes me think I've got to stop coming up with $1 million ideas, so-called $1 million ideas to like people for like a $3 app or whatever the fuck. I got to start marketing insane shit towards rich people. What the fuck?
Rich women. Yeah. And that's not saying women are dumber than men, but you have like, you ever see the Real Housewives shit? My wife used to watch some of that. These women are bored. And you can tell them any stupid shit you want to, and they will buy vagina eggs.
It's tiny like, girl brains.
Yes, it's tiny girl brains. You're going to get us in trouble. Far says, I want to see how dumb this shit gets.
By reading one of the articles.
Do you have the article? Can you send it?
I already linked it in the group chat.
Okay. Mm-hmm. This is the how to go to Zurich thing. All right.
I'm sure Zurich has luxury accommodations, but my God, I just...
Was that him breaking up or is that me?
Probably both of you.
Well, did you guys hear him break up?
Yeah, but he tends to mumble sometimes. No offense, Polly.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, it could be. Why is that still on? What the hell?
I don't know. I don't even know what you're doing. Oh,
I was looking to see what's running. Oh, so it was him?
I don't know. He might have got mad that he's mumbling.
Says he's not connected, so I have to check back. Whoever said there was something in the water wasn't talking about Zurich. That's because there's absolutely nothing in the water. This is Switzerland, land of the alpine beauty, rigorous standards, and extreme cleanliness. No one is too loud. Patience is a practice virtue. The whole place hums with the precision and artistry of a Swiss timepiece.
Or they're hiding money because it's Zurich.
Sinatra says to stop ignoring the chat, Monkey.
What did he say? Stop ignoring.
Yeah, you and Polly are terrible when it comes to the live chat.
I'm trying to read.
Are you?
I was. I'm over here reading this story. How am I supposed to? Okay, fuck everyone. I love you guys. I love everyone except Sinatra.
You're a bit bipolar today.
No, let's see. They think you should. Oh, they even tell you where to get wine and martinis. Crowenhale. I don't know how to say that. Cronenhale. Offload Hammer. You should shop at a place called Limited Stock and never stop reading. Oh God, this is some stupid shit. You know what? Fuck Goop and fuck Gwyneth Paltrow. Oh, here we go. Massive has linked the actual trailer. I'll put that in chat for anybody who wants to see this stupid ass nonsense. I just can't believe that's. I mean, they're promoting this shit. I mean, I can, but I can't. Like, what? Are you fucking retarded?
What's the video you just shared?
That is the official trailer for her Goop shit.
Does she still live in the UK? If so, can you take her back?
I don't know where that crazy bitch lives.
And no, we're not taking her back.
Well, we took back Piers Morgan. Like, it's only fair.
Well,
yeah, but when you guys took him back, he became a lot more normal.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something in the Atlantic Ocean when people cross back and forth, they just get fucking nuts.
Maybe.
But look, I can't. Right. Other than them lying about the effects, I mean, if they're just being vague, but other than them lying about it, I don't have a problem with them working this game, man. If somebody's stupid enough to buy this shit, that's on them.
Oh, that's very true. Capitalism, baby.
Yeah, you want to walk around with a vibrator around your neck so that you can, stimulate your clit in the middle of work and you think nobody's going to notice. Knock yourself out. I don't give a shit. Can you take back Madonna at least? No. Okay. That bitch is crazy too. Guys, we've been going 3.5 hours, 3 hours and 40 minutes actually. Yeah, Polly, come back so you can do your pitch, man. What happened? Damn it. Yeah, 3 hours and 38 minutes at this moment, guys, and I'm going to wrap up because I need to get some sleep. Here, Lady Monkey up and around, so I'm going to go see her and kiss her, and she'll tell me to get away from her because she's just waking up. But, Jack, thank you so much for dropping our Streamlabs, guys. Please support the gentlemen on the dais. Please support them. They're awesome folks.
Just give Monkey money. He needs it to buy the $3,000 banana-looking dildo thing.
Even made out of solid gold, $3,000. Come on, it's not that thick. It's like an ounce of gold stretched over that shit.
For $3,000, you could hire a gigolo.
Yeah, you could hire somebody to work that on you.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Polly. I'm wrapping up. Okay. Polly, are you there? Polly. We're going to go to our correspondent in Polyland. Polly, are you there? Polly? No, he's not there. It's nice to see you, Polly. Fix your mic, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, seriously, thank you so much for coming and hanging out tonight. You guys are amazing. I love you. Some of you have been here since the beginning. And I know all of you can't do that, but that is an amazing thing when I sit here and think, for 3 hours and 40 minutes, you guys listen to the stupid shit we say. Some of it's interesting, some of it's informative, and some of it is just, we talked about Goop for like an hour, man.
Well, that was informative.
It is, and but it's also just silly shit. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are very, very kind, and I can't tell you how much it helps. And you're amazing. You're amazing people. Thank you for supporting me. Remember, always support your favorite creators, because YouTube is a hard grind, man. It didn't used to be. It doesn't have to be. But Susan doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. Susan.
Without wishing to extend your stream any further, because I know you have to get on. But have you watched Toad's video about YouTube?
No. I don't watch Toad.
Okay, well, he has a 30-minute video. I believe he released it yesterday or the day before. It's hard for me to keep an eye on time and stuff like that with my job and stuff. But it's a really good video and rundown about YouTube and what's kind of like been going on and stuff. I mean, to be fair, it's nothing that you wouldn't already know, Monkey, yourself. But it's definitely a good kind of view for those who are consumers rather than creators.
Caramon says Toad. What's his full name again?
Toad McKinley.
Toad McKinley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Type in Toad and then MC, and it should pop up for you on YouTube.
Yeah.
Bear, are you going to be streaming?
Yeah. I've scheduled it for past.
For past. Okay. Make sure you throw that in the chat here in a second. Jack, is there anything you'd like to shill?
I'll just throw a link to my latest video in case anybody wants to go watch it.
Don't forget his information for his channels and his Twitter and all that's below. Make sure you check it out. Polly's not here. He would pimp his channel, which is also linked below. Check that out and follow him on Twitter. Follow both these guys, all of these guys. I just don't have Alex's stuff. Polly and Jack are here so often, I just put it in my description. But make sure you follow Bear as well. And Bear, what would you like to pimp today?
Well, other than the stream, I'm gonna put the Nick Ocado Steph bullshit to rest on Thursday. I just want it gone, to be honest. I feel like I need to address it fully, and I'm gonna do it properly. So I'm gonna get that done for Thursday evening, hopefully. And I'm going to write a story. And I'm gonna upload it, not as a video, but if people want to go read it, just look out on my Twitter, and then go criticize the pants off of it if you want.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I feel like writing again, so I'm going to write a story.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Tonight is Wednesday, so we'll be on my channel at 9 p.m. Eastern time for Lords of the Night, and I'm probably going to game after that on Ranting Monkey Games. Guys, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to Ranting Monkey Games. We don't do anything. I go over there. I can't have anybody else on because of my internet connection thing, but I hope I'm entertaining. People seem to like it. Come hang out. You may occasionally hear me sing about my dick.
Penis.
Is that a selling point, or should I stop telling people that?
I would stop telling people that.
All right. I sometimes don't sing about my dick. No, but it's a good time. I'm just wrapping up the Red Dead, and I don't know if I'm going to do that tonight or if I'm going to do that this afternoon. But the Red Dead game, we're going into the epilogue. The main game is over. If you want to see the end, watch last night. That game. Oh God, that game. Trash can cock. What?
Trash can cock. He's saying you've got a big, thick willy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Antifa likes to attack it on occasion.
And yeah, guys, support the people who come on the stream, please. They are awesome, awesome guys. Follow them. Follow them and support them, please.
Not in real life.
Yeah.
No, well, you can do it in real life as long as they don't see you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I would like to thank Polly, Jack, and Bear Polly, Jack, and Alex for hanging out with me today. Everybody,
so much content.
have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
This is a song about my dick.
Penis songs.
I don't know what I'm going to sing next.
Songs about vaginas, maybe.
My penis is big and thick.
Like a trash can.
What the hell rhymes with next?
Sext.
Bye, guys. We'll see you next time.